Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Wherever you're at in the world, welcome to Last Round Baseball's live commentary of the DuPont Professional Baseball League. Commentary and views are our opinions and are not affiliated with the NPB, Pacific League, Central League, or their sponsors. We're giving live English reports on the game being played and hope English-speaking fans around the globe can enjoy the games on YouTube and Twitch along with us. Well, it is the second end of our doubleheader. We're going to be calling the Seibu Lions. They are hosting the Chiba Lotte Marines. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the starting lineup after this. We're going to get into this one straight away, everybody. We got about 3 minutes to the first pitch, so we are going to give you the starting lineups first from the visitors from Chiba. Leading off in left field, wearing number 0 is Takeshi Ogino. Batting second in right field, wearing number 79 is Leonis Martin. Hitting third and playing second base, wearing number 8 is Shogo Nakamura. In the cleanup spot and doing the catching is number 32, Toshiya Sato. Batting fifth and doing the designated hitting is number 54, Brandon Laird. Batting sixth at third base is number 5, Hisanori Yasuda. Batting seventh and in center field is Shuhei Fukuda. Batting eighth and playing shortstop is number 55, Edney Hechavarria. And batting ninth is the first baseman, number 25, Hiromi Oka. And they're going to be facing the left-hander. Import pitcher for the Lions, it'll be Dietrich Enns taking to the mound. He's 6-6 on the year with 82 and a third innings pitched. He's given up 64 hits, 27 runs, 24 have been earned. He has walked 30 and struck out 57, and he has pitched to an ERA of 2.62. Well, that's the starting lineup for the Marines, and now the starting lineup for the home team, the Seibu Lions. Leading off and playing second base, wearing number 5 is Shuta Tonosaki. Playing second and playing shortstop is number 6, Suzuki Genda. Hitting third and doing the catching is number 10, Tomoya Mori. In the cleanup spot and playing first base is number 3, Hitaka Yamakawa. Batting fifth and doing the designated hitting is number 1, Kuriyama. Batting sixth and in left field tonight, wearing number 53 is Ito. Hitting seventh in right field is number 72, Seiji Kawagawa. He plays in right field. Batting eighth and playing third base is number 39, Nin Ting Wu. And batting ninth in center field, wearing number 63 is Shinya Hasegawa. And they're going to be facing a rookie who is making his NPB first professional start. It's his second NPB game. I don't know much about him. It is Ryutaro Mori. He doesn't have a record. He's got 1 inning pitch. He's allowed 1 walk. And he's got an ERA of 0. So your guess is as good as mine. We're going to have to see what he's all about here in the first inning. So I have no word on Mori. So hopefully we can see what we've got here and make some decisions from there. The starter Enns has completed his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to get this one underway as the Marines will come to bat here in the top of the first inning. We have Eric Cheng and Mick back in here. So we'll find out what's going to happen here. I didn't do a lot of homework on this one, as of course we just called the game between the Tohoku Rocket and Golden Eagles and the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. But we're glad we could add this one here as we've got the battle of 1 versus 5. And Dietrich Enns is now ready to get things going here as the first pitch is on the way. And here comes the first pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs for ball 1, and the count is 1-0 to Takeshi Ogino. Ogino on the season batting .250 with 3 homers and 21 RBIs. Waits on the offering here from Enns, who delivers a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. We're in for late night NPB action. This is going off at 1 a.m. Pacific or 4 a.m. on the East Coast, depending on where you're at. There's a fastball that catches the inside corner, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Ogino. So just like they do in England when they say breakfast at Wimbledon, or maybe late night after you're coming out of the establishments on the West Coast, you get a chance to listen to some of this action. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. We were pleased to be able to do that game earlier on. And of course, we've got this one here. And we mentioned in our other stream, be on the lookout for our upcoming events. And there's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined to the left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. And Ogino's got himself a leadoff single here to begin the ball game. So one up and one runner is on. It's going to bring up the right fielder, Leonis Martin. For Leonis Martin, he's had a tough season this year. He's batting 160. He's got 7 homers and 21 runs batted in. One would have to think he's entering the final stages of his career. I wonder if the Marines would entertain bringing him back for another season next year. You've got to get production from your import players, and depending on how he does in the final 2 months will dictate what happens. In the first pitch he swings, he hits this one to deep right center field. And looking up, and this one is gone. A 2-run homer for Leonis Martin. He absolutely turned on that pitch. And the crowd for the visiting Marines are on their feet, and they are cheering. As just like that, the Marines are jumped out to a 2-0 lead here in the top of the first inning. So the fireworks in Seibu have happened early as Ogino crosses the plate and Martin in behind him. And that is a 2-0 lead here as high fives are all around as he makes his way back to the dugout. That is going to bring up the second baseman, Shogo Nakamura. For Nakamura, he's batting .243 with 9 homers and 49 runs batted in. And Enns now holds set at the belt. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses low for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So 6 pitches into the ball game, and the Marines have already stuck 2 on the board. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 1 ball and 1 strike to Nakamura. So off to the races it is here in the first inning. And his holds set at the belt, and he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. And now the count goes even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Check that, 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Nakamura. 1 behind on the pitch. Well, let's see how we hold up for this one. We figured we'd jump in for 2. If this game here has some pace to it, then that would be what we'd be hoping for. As the fastball is swung on and lifted foul, it's going to reach the seats over the netting on the right field line, and the count remains at 1-2 to Nakamura. So Enns ready to go back at it again. He gets the sign from his catcher, Toyomori, and there's a fastball that misses. They appeal down to the first base umpire, but they say that Nakamura didn't go. The count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The right-handed hitter, Nakamura, waggles the bat. Waiting on the offering here from the lefty Enns. As he kicks and fires, it is a fastball swung on and grounded foul. Just past the bag at third base, and that's going to keep the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nakamura. I often say, and we talk about this in other games, that if they're able to get through the first part of the batting order, or the first inning, usually the starters can settle down. You have to get to them early. Well, the Marines have definitely got to Enns early here. Here's the 2-2, and it's a fastball swung on. It has popped up over on the third base side, racing over, but watching it drift into the seats is the third baseman, Nin Ting Wu. And the count is going to remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Shogo Nakamura. This is going to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat already here for the right-handed hitting second baseman, and there is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left field. Racing over is the left fielder. He can't make the play. It's down. It's up against the wall. He has to chase it down, and cruising into second base with a double is Nakamura. The left fielder, Ito, who we normally see playing in right field for the Marines, was racing over to his right. The ball got down, and he ended up running past the ball. He used the wall in foul territory to brace him up. Then he had to go into the corner to have to find it. But Nakamura has himself a double here, and the Marines have still got the conga line going as they're now going to bring up the catcher Toshiya Sato. That brings out the pitching coach to the mound to have a word with the import lefty. So Enns nods in agreement to whatever's been said, and he's going to have to settle down and go back to work. The Lions have been playing good baseball as they are perched atop the Pacific League entering tonight's action. We got a chance to see them play in this series against the Oryx Buffaloes where they swept the Buffaloes aside. All of their runs seemed to come late, as there's a fastball that was taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Sato. He seemed to use the come-from-behind method to win those ball games. As the lefty Enns gets the sign from his catcher Sato, or catcher Mori, and there's the pitch to Sato. It's a fastball swung on and missed. The count now is quickly 0-2. Last pitch was a fastball, but it looked more of a cutter. As it had a lot of movement from left to right, didn't really have the depth of a slider. So here's the 0-2 pitch. It's a fastball taken for a called third strike. Sato must have been looking for something else, but that was right down the middle. I don't think that was the pitch that Enns wanted to make. That was way too good. So whatever was said by the pitching coach has registered with the left-hander Enns, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Brandon Laird. So for Laird, he's batting .202. He's got 15 homers and 48 runs batted in. He steps up here to face the offerings from Dietrich Enns. Laird is third of the Pacific League in home runs. He trails Yamakawa, who's got 32, and Hideto Asamura, who's got 18. As there's a fastball that misses down in it, and the count is 1-0 to Laird. Hotaka Yamakawa up in front with 32 homers. Hideto Asamura 14 behind at 18. And then Brandon Laird nestled in there third with 15. As Enns does an inside move that gets the base runner moving back to second base. So 1 ball and no strikes to Laird. The lefty Enns leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher Mori. Now he comes set at the belt. He checks the runner at second, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on, and it's fouled straight back. Looks like that one took the umpire. The umpire took the brunt of that one. The ball was swung on, and it went right off the catcher's mask and into the shoulder of the umpire. Interesting setup by the umpire, and I hate to say it, but you kind of deserve it in a way, because the umpire, normally what the umpires are taught is to work in the slot between the hitter and the catcher. And he was not in the slot position. He was on the other side of the catcher. So when the foul ball came back, that's usually where the balls go from the right-handed hitters. They go toward the first base side, and the left-handed hitters toward the third base side. As fastball misses, and the count is now 2-1 to Laird. And it puts you right in the line of danger. Now, I do understand that the catcher Mori set up a little bit inside, but you really got to get yourself in their position. So here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And now the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. That is a problem sometimes, where umpires will put themselves in the line of danger because of that. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The lefty Enns leans in and gets the sign from his catcher, and now he comes set to the belt. He checks the runner at second, and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count remains at 2-2 on Laird. I don't know what Enns' changeup is like, but in this position here, I think I would try to pull a change piece on Brandon Laird and see if he could pull the string on him. Eric Cheng says that somehow something tells me that neither the pitcher nor the batter feels bad for the umpire. And I would say you're probably right on that, Eric. Only maybe the catcher feels his pain because those two guys got to work together back there. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes full to Laird at 3-2. You talk about the catcher putting on the tools of ignorance to have to get back and to be able to catch. Well, the plate umpire is part of that as well. He took the brunt of that foul ball. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And Laird is down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts here for Ends. That is going to leave it all up to the third baseman, Hisanori Yasuda. So for Yasuda tonight, he enters the game hitting .241 with a couple of homers and 17 RBIs. A little bit of a drop-off from our last game to this one. I seem to think that we have quite a few people that have interest in the Fukuoka Ball Club come into our chat. Here's the first offering from Ends. It's a breaking ball that misses down for ball one, and the count is 1-0. And certainly the late night or the later night game won't appeal to a lot of people because obviously they are probably West Coasters calling it a night. But we do pick up some people I know through the night when we get into the early morning hours on the East Coast. So we'll see what happens. Here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on it as line softly to short, right to the glove of Suzuki Genda. And that is going to do it here in the first inning for the Chiba Lotte Marines as they are now out of the inning. 2 runs in the inning on the 2-run homer by Leonis Martin. There were 2 hits. I checked that, 3 hits. No errors and 1 runner left aboard. We're through a half inning. It is the Marines 2 and the Lions nothing. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back for the bottom of the first inning. We're glad you guys are with us. Stick around. Got a lot of action still to come. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom of the first inning. It is going to be Shuta Tonosaki, Suzuki Genda, and Tomoya Mori to come up here for the Lions. Our friend Eric Cheng is in the chat. Really went silent for our friend Joe in that last game. He came in and had a lot to say. And then he ended up taking off early out of that one. I didn't want to stay around for the roasting. That's great. We love it when we have different people come into the chat and offer their opinions, and that's what makes this game all the more fun. Our friend Joe in that last game ran for cover as that one certainly became a ball game where the runs got picked up. Well, we have a rookie right-hander on the mound. It is Ritaro Mori, right-hander, making his first NPB start. He had 1 inning in relief before, and here we go. He's ready to get going here as he rocks into the motion and delivers. The first pitch fastball is up and in to Shuta Tonosaki for ball one, and the count is 1-0. Tonosaki batting .226 with 6 homers and 30 RBIs on the season. As he rocks into the motion, does Mori, and it's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. You'd have to think the right-hander is probably going through a little bit of nerves as he's getting his NPB start here, not quite his debut. There's the 1-1 pitch. There's the breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 2-1. So if Eric Cheng was asking earlier what I know about the young right-hander, I don't know anything at all about him. But as I said, he doesn't look like he's a big fella. Try to get some of the velocities here for you. We have seen one breaking ball in 3 pitches as he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner, and the count now goes even to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Breaking ball ran up about 84 miles an hour. So here's the 2-2 offering to Tanasaki. Kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And he is retired on strikes. That was a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. And Tanasaki is retired for out number 1, and that is going to bring up the shortstop Suzuki Genda. For Genda on the season, he's batting .264. He's got a homer and 12 RBIs. We'll keep checking the out-of-town scoreboard from the other games. The 2 games that are going to go off at the 2 a.m. or Pacific or 5 a.m. Eastern hour will be the other 2 games in the Central League, as there's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-1 to Genda. Mori rocks into the motion, and he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that misses outside. The count now goes even at 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Looks like the Dragons put a few more runs on the board late. They knocked off the Bay Stars 5-0 tonight. And here's the offering. It is a fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 1-2 on Genda. The Kaido Nippon Ham Fighters hung on to beat the Orcs Buffaloes 5-3. Buffalo scored a couple of runs late. And there's a breaking ball swung on it. Is tapped back to the pitcher. Mori fields it. He throws to first. That is going to retire Genda on a ground out 1-3 for out number 2, and that'll bring up the catcher Tomoya Mori. And of course, the game we called earlier was the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles winning 7-3 over the SoftBank Hawks. Miyamori got the win, his first of the year for the Golden Eagles. Wada took the loss. He dropped to 3-3. Kind of wasted effort by Wada. He went 5 really good innings. Just fell apart in the 6th. As there's a first pitch breaking ball that swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-1 to Mori. Mori has started to play a little better lately. He had a couple of home runs in one of the ball games against the Buffaloes in midweek. Doubled his home run total. He's now got 4 on the year. Mori's batting .246, 4 homers and 23 runs batted in. The right-hander kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-2. The last pitch by Mori. Fastball was coming inside, and it had a little bit of backdoor run to it. Come across the plate. So curious to see how the Lions hitters go here. Usually they like to be able to see the pitcher for the first time. They'll go through the order. As there's a ball that misses down low and away, and the count is 1-2. I'm curious the second time through the order to see how they manage facing this right-hander. So 1 ball and 2 strikes, and Mori rocks into the windup, and he delivers. It's a fastball that misses inside. Backs Mori off the plate, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Eric says he's only pitched 1 inning, no earned runs, 1 walk. I don't even have him for a strikeout. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 3-2. To go back and look at my notes. Nope, didn't have him for a strikeout. I just had him for the 1 walk in 1 inning. So his second game in the NPB and his first NPB start. So here's the 3-2 pitch. As he rocks and delivers, it's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count remains at 3-2 to Maury. So I wonder what kind of pitch limit they're going to put him on, if they maybe take him out after 4, maybe 5 innings. I remember, this is going back years ago, when I had an opportunity to do a little pitching in the college summer league that I pitched in my first year, and there's a fastball swung on. It's popped up over into shallow left field. Backing up on it is Hechavarria. He makes the catch, and that is going to do it. That's going to retire the side in order, 1, 2, 3. I'll come back and share those thoughts with you in just a couple moments. There were no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We're now through 1 complete. It is the Chiba Lotte Marines to the Seibu Seibu Lions. No score. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this. After this from our friend Steve.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff, or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day, and there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
Welcome back, everybody. Dietrich Enns has completed his warm-up tosses, and we are moving to the top of the second inning. It's going to be Shuhei Fukuda, Edney Hechavarria, and Hiromi Oka to face the Lions left-hander. It was some fireworks to start the ball game, as a leadoff single to Ogino and a 2-run shot by Leonis Martin jump-started the Marines offense to put them up 2-0. That is where we stand here going to the top of the second inning. And the first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. I was starting to say in my younger years, when I was 17 years old and got a chance to pitch in a college summer league, one of the things is you get out there in the first round, you're so nervous in that first inning. The fastball misses upstairs, and the count is 1-1. And your adrenaline is pumping, and you're just expending so much energy in that spot. You just seem to run out of gas before you know it. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And it makes you wonder a little bit here with the pitcher Maury for the Marines, if you'll experience something similar to that too, especially when it's your first one. I remember getting a chance at the time to pitch against Eastern Michigan University's summer league team, and there's a breaking ball that just misses, and the count is now 2-2. This is at the time before you had all these summer leagues all around the United States and Canada. The Cape Cod and the Alaskan League were the 2 big leagues, and everybody else just pretty much played local. There's the 2-2 pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed, and that retires Fukuda for the first out of the inning. Well, we played against the Eastern Michigan Summer League team, and they were pretty good. They were really good, actually. And I remember having a 3-up, 3-down inning and a 3-up, 3-down inning the first 2 innings, making it look easy. And then the next inning, it was a walk, a hit batter, and a 3-run homer, and I'm in the hole. We're down 3-0, just like that. And I still don't think that ball has landed yet. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and grounded foul on the third base line, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Edney Hechavarria. For Hechavarria, He's batting .227. He's got a couple of homers and 20 RBIs. So he bats from the right side against the left-handed throwing ends, and it's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count now is 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Sometimes that happens when you are a young arm and you're wanting to get that opportunity. So no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the offering from ends. It's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is now 1-2. One thing I am happy about is the size of the crowd at the game today is way better. I know it's a Sunday afternoon game or late afternoon, but the crowd for this one is much better than the midweek crowds we watched on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. There's a fastball that misses down and in. The count is now 2-2 to Hechavarria, especially when the Lions are in first place. I would have to think you're going to get a solid crowd out to the game to support them. There were a lot of empty seats during the midweek stuff. I think there was like 10,000 fans. But this night game here today, there's not a full house, but it is a much greater capacity. As the fastball is swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Hechavarria gets himself resettled in the box. Umpire has put the game back into play as Ends is ready to go again. Here's the 2-2 offering now to Hechavarria. As Ends kicks and delivers, it is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is belted into shallow left center field. Racing in on it is the left fielder, Ido, who makes the catch. And that is going to retire Hechavarria for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Hiromi Oka. So for Oka, he's hitting .224. He's got 5 homers and 15 runs batted in. Hitting in the 9 spot tonight. It's not normally where we see Oka. With a .224 batting average, it's not unexpected. There's a fastball swung on. It's caught on the fists, and it's lifted into the netting down the first base line. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Oka. So left-hander against the right-hander. Ends ready to deliver again as Oka's in the hole at 0-1. And here comes the pitch. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that just misses up and away. The count is now 1 ball and 1 strike. As he looks towards the home plate umpire to know where that pitch was. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Ends. And here's the offering. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And now the count goes to 1-2 on Oka. So it looks like Ends, after those first 3 hits to start the ball game, has settled down here. He's retired 5 in a row. He's looking to put away number 6 here. So the crowd is making their noise. And now he steps off the backside of the rubber and they wants to cycle through the signs again. So the lefty gets his sign from his catcher, and now he comes set. And here's the 1-2 pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into right center field. Racing back over on it is the right fielder. It's down for a hit. Here comes the throw into second, and Oka's going to get him. Oka's going to get himself a 2-out double. The right fielder, Kawagawa, had to go into the gap to get it. He cut it off before it got to the wall. And then he throws it into second, coming hard out of the box. Good piece of base running there by the batter runner Oka, and he's got himself a hustle double. With 2 gone here on the second, that brings up the top of the order in Takashi Ogino. So for Ogino, he's 1 for 1 tonight. He singled and scored the run when Leonis Martin drove him home back in the first inning. And here comes the offering from Ends. It's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Again, Ogino waggles the bat. He's got a very interesting way in which he holds the bat. He really angles it towards the pitcher. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses outside. The count's 1-1. We like to teach young hitters to point the knob of the bat towards the catcher's feet or the catcher's glove when they get their hands into that launch position. Well, he's already started it that way. And there's a guy that I remember in the major leagues who also spent time over in Asia was Julio Franco a number of years ago. There's a fastball swung on. It's lifted into straight center field. Backing up on it is the center fielder, Hasegawa. He makes the catch. That is going to do it here for Ogino as he is retired for the third out of the inning. Well, there was no runs in the inning. There was a hit. There were no errors and one runner left aboard. We're now moving to the bottom of the second inning. It is the Marines 2, the Lions no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action after this.
Domo arigato. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm new at this. Thank you for watching Last Raps Baseball. Tell all your friends and family to come check him out, ask some questions during the telecast, and give him a good sub and a thumbs up. And this is Steve coming back at you, and some new things on my channel. Star Wars figures that everybody likes. We have Mad magazines from the 1970s. We try to avoid the Noid. And for your pleasure, once in a while, we can open up Michael Jackson if you want, the cards. We have Elvis. We have Sadahar O. We love everything that is everything, so we even have the Beatles fighting with lightsabers. Look at that, John and George. Once in a while, we'll even have my brother take over my channel on a Tuesday. So once again, everybody tell your friends, come see Freddie at Last Raps Baseball. And right now, I'm going to kick it right back to you, Freddie.
Appreciate you, Steve, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher, and we're back at it here as it is going to be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters in the batting order. It is going to be Hataka Yamakawa, Takumi Kuriyama, and Ito to face the right-hander Mori, who was on for his second inning work. And here comes the first pitch. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1 to Yamakawa. Yamakawa, the home run leader in the Pacific League. He's batting .277 with 32 homers and 66 RBIs. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count goes to 1-1. I have to say it's been a lot of fun to watch him. He also leads the Pacific League in runs batted in as well. He's got 66. So Asamura slots in behind him with in both categories as well. He's got 18 homers and 60 runs batted in. Does the second baseman for the Golden Eagles. There's a breaking ball swung on it, missed, and the count is now 1-2. Not sure what they're doing in the stands there, but it's almost like their version of the tomahawk chop. For the home Lion fans, there's a fastball that backs the slugger off of the plate, and the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Yamakawa. He waits on the offering here from Mori, who kicks and delivers. It's a split finger pitch, misses down. And the count is now 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Catcher Sato gives the sign, and there is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and Yamakawa is going to be aboard with a leadoff walk here in the second inning, and that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Kuriyama. So we'll have to do a double check there. I believe it's Takumi Kuriyama, but I may have messed up Kuriyama's first name there. It is Takumi, it is. We had to put our lineups together fairly quickly. He's batting .264 with a couple homers and 19 RBIs. Batting from the left side against the right-handed throwing Mori. The first pitch he delivers is a fastball that misses low, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. I'm going to take a peek at the NPB upcoming ball games, and we'll see if we can slate in some Central League action. I was laughing in the first game. So when we did one of the games earlier this year with the Tigers and the Buffaloes, there's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded over to first. Stepping on the bag is the first baseman Oka to get the runner. They end up getting the first baseman Yamakawa in a rundown. The base runner Yamakawa is in the rundown, and then Oka throws the ball into left field past Hechavarria, and that is going to safely allow Yamakawa reach second base. So they get the put out. It's going to be a ground out to 3. It's going to advance Yamakawa to second, but we're going to have to see how they're going to score it. I think that for sure they should have been able to take care of that. He ends up spiking it into the ground past the shortstop Hechavarria into left field. Some shoddy fielding by the first baseman Oka. That puts Yamakawa into scoring position with 1 away here and bringing Ito to the plate. And the first pitch to Ito is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded into left field. That is going to be a base hit. It goes through the 6 hole. And that is going to put runners on the corners as Yamakawa advances to third. Well, now they got runners on the corners with 1 out. There should be 2 out and then the runner on first. We're going to see how they're going to score that, as we say. I think that's going to have to be a ground out and an error. And that's how we're going to put it in our book on an E3. So that brings Seiji Kawagawa to the plate. Kawagawa's batting .262 with a couple of homers and 12 RBIs. They've got the corners are even with the bag at third. They're holding the runner at first. And the middle of the defense is in double play depth. So here comes Kawagawa to the plate, waiting on the offering here from the right-hander Mori, who kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So some shoddy defense showing up here for the Marines, and the crowd in Seibu is begging their team and cheering their team on here to try to get a run back. They're down 2-0 here in the last half of the second inning. And here comes the offering from Mori. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. The Lions are sporting those camo uniforms as they did all week when they played the Oryx Buffaloes. And as I said, if they're going to continue to play well, they might as well keep wearing them. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-2 to Kawagawa. So the catcher, Sato, jumps up in front of the plate and he flashes the signs to the defense for the first and third situation that they are in defensively. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kawagawa waggles the bat, waiting on the offering here from the youngster Mori. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on. That's lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats over on the third base side. The count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. As we called that first game earlier on, the one thing we didn't do was raid the refrigerator. We used a little bit extra food to help carry us through here. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to Kawagawa. Right-hander Mori comes set. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that just misses upstairs, and that runs the count now even at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The catcher, Sato, I'm not sure I really like the way that he received that ball. It was a borderline pitch, maybe just above the waist, but he got it and he yanked it down. He needs to do better with that. Here comes the 2-2 now. Mori checks the runner at first. He comes set. He throws over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner Ito. So they're concerned that he may be put in motion to stay out of the double play. So here comes the 2-2 offering now to Kawagawa. Mori gets the sign from his catcher. He now comes set. Kawagawa waiting on the offering here from the young right-hander. And he kicks and fires. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is popped up into shallow center field. Coming over on it is the center fielder Fukuda. He's going to make the catch. And tagging at third and coming home is Yamakawa, and he's going to score the run, as that is going to bring the score line to 2-1 now. Yamakawa, I didn't think he had it in him to be able to do that. But he challenges the arm of the center fielder, and he wins that one. It's going to be a sacrifice fly for Kawagawa. He's going to pick himself up an RBI. As we watch that one again, it was shallow left center field. It was an easy position. But the big fella tagging at third, coming home like a rhinoceros as he slides in there. And he is going to be there safely. That's going to cut the scoreline now to 2-1. So make a mental note of that on the center fielder arm on Shuhei Fukuda. Then it means that Yamakawa can score. There's going to be a lot of guys who are going to challenge that arm. So here comes the first offering to Ninting Wu. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Wu on the season only batting .225. He's got 3 homers and 19 runs batted in. Batting from the left side against the right-handed throwing Mori. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Wu. Trinkens is up and throwing in front of the Lions dugout, as they traditionally do. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. And again, they throw over to first base, and again, diving back in time is the base runner Ito. I was telling a story in the stream the other night where we were talking about players, North American players, when they go over with certain teams. There's a player that was locally here who had signed with the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. There's a fastball swung on it, is grounded over the right side. Diving to his left into the 4-hole is Nakamura. He gets up and throws to first. What a great play by the second baseman. It's going to go down as a ground out 4-3. And that is going to do it here for the Lions in their half of the inning. But they get a run back on a sacrifice fly by Seiji Kawagawa. There was 1 run in the inning on the benefit of 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We are now through to complete. It is the Marines 2, the Lions 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the top of the third when we return after this.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just 1 roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the top of the third inning. It is going to be the 2, 3, 4 hitters in the batting order coming up for the Chiba Lotte Marines. That means it's going to be Leonis Martin, Shogo Nakamura, and Toshiya Sato For Leonis Martin, he has the 2-run homer that put the Marines up on top in the first inning. He's 1 for 1 tonight with that 2-run shot. That was his 8th homer of the year. He's raised his batting average to 164. If the Marines are going to do anything to get toward the playoffs, they're going to need Martin to be a big part of this in the final couple of months. There's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0 to Leonis Martin. The former Texas Ranger, Seattle Mariner, Detroit Tiger, and Cleveland Indian to the plate here, and there's the 1-0 pitch. It's a breaking ball that swung on and missed, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Martin. Leonis Martin is batting from the left side against the left-handed pitching Enns, who delivers a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. 3 import players in the lineup tonight for the Marines. But we see no sign of Brian O'Grady for the Alliance tonight. Wonder if he'll come in late. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 3-1. O'Grady has some offensive pop. He's got some home runs on the year. So here's the 3-1 pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lined over the head of the second baseman. He's going to get down for a base hit into right field. And Leonis Martin gets his 2nd hit of the ball game. So a home run and a single, and that's going to bring up Shogo Nakamura. As I go look at the game sheet, they often will tell you who's available and who isn't, if the players are or not. And O'Grady is definitely available. He's one of the players on the game sheet for maybe later action today. So Nakamura steps to the plate. He doubled his first time up, but he was stranded at second base. And here's the pitch from Enns. It's a fastball that catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. That base hit in the first inning for Nakamura. He's raised his season average to 246. And here's the pitch from Enns. It's a breaking ball that misses down. The count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to the right-handed hitting second baseman of the Marines. Made a really nice play to end that last half inning. So Enns holds at the belt, and now he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Nakamura. Nakamura waiting on the offering here from Enns. Here's the 1-2 pitch. There's a breaking ball swung on it, is grounded foul just past the coach's box on the third base side. It's going to keep the count at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. It'll be Toshiya Sato to follow. And Brandon Laird is in the hole should he be able to come to bat here in the inning. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Nakamura. And now the batter has asked for time as he steps out, and Enns is going to go back and reach for the rosin bag. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Here comes the offering now to the right-handed hitting Nakamura. He comes set, he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. We saw Enns pitch last weekend, I think it was. And all I would say is that there was no easy work there for Enns when we saw him pitch. Everything seemed to be a bit of a struggle, and there's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. I want to say maybe a struggle. That might be unfair, but he has to really battle. And he ends up using up too many pitches early on, and they can't seem to get much more than 5 or 6 innings out of him. So I'm curious to see tonight how this is going to go. He's already at 55 pitches here in the third inning. Get him chased out of here by the fifth and could get into the Lions bullpen. Now, mind you, the Lions bullpen has been one of the best in the Pacific League. As the fastball is swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2 to Nakamura. But it's just that one out pitch, or that pitch that you can rely on to wipe somebody out with. Some people, it's their changeup. Sometimes it's the splitty. Sometimes it's just the overpowering fastball. But it just doesn't quite seem to have that one pitch to really blow the hitters away. There's the 2-2. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 3-2 on Nakamura. I can't believe they didn't rule an error on that throw that the first baseman Oka made in the last half inning. We don't see that down on the books. They should have been a dead duck. It should have been a double play at second base there. And there's a fastball swung on a grounded foul. The count remains at 2-2 to Nakamura. Well, Nakamura, in his first at bat against Enns, he took Enns to 8 pitches. This at bat here, this is going to be the 10th pitch of the at bat. So almost a third of the pitches in this ball game that Enns has thrown have come to Shogo Nakamura. So he leans in, he gets the sign from his catcher, and now he's ready to go again. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right center field. Racing back on it and making the catch on the warning track is the center fielder, Hasegawa. That is going to retire Nakamura. He sent it a long way, just not far enough. As the center fielder, Hasegawa, is able to run it down for the first out of the inning, and that is going to bring up the catcher, Toshiya Sato. So for Sato tonight, he is 0 for 1. He struck out looking his first time up. He's got himself 6 homers and 27 runs batted in on the year. So Enns ready to go back at it here. As he comes set at the belt, he checks the runner at first, and now he delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is popped up softly over to second. It is going to be a double play here. I don't know what's going on. It looked like what happened was the second baseman, Tanasaki, a really smart heads-up play. Tanasaki let the ball drop in front of him. He didn't catch the ball in the air. He was able to field it. They threw over to first base. And it looks like they retired the batter runner. But the base runner, Leonis Martin, smart enough to stay on the base. We're going to watch that one again. So it was a little looper, and Tanasaki takes it on the short hop. He throws it over to first, and it retires the batter runner, Sato. But Leonis Martin is going to be safe at first base still, as he ended up coming back to the bag. That was a sharp play by the second baseman. They almost turned it into a double play. So that brings up the designated hitter, Brandon Laird, who takes a first pitch breaking ball down for ball 1. So that will be recorded as a ground out 4-3 for the second out on Sato. But also a smart play by Leonis Martin not to advance, because if he would have decided to take off, he probably would have been tagged out, or they would have been able to retire him at least on a throw down to second base. There's a fastball that misses upstairs to Laird, and the count is now 2-0. You got to tip your hat to the second baseman, Tanasaki. He was thinking. Crafty play. But it just didn't quite work out in the Lions' favor. So here comes the 2-0 offering to Laird. As he kicks and delivers, it's a fastball taken for a call and strike. The count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Brandon Laird. Enns ready to go back to work as he leans in and gets the sign from his catcher, Tomoya Mori. Now he works set, he kicks and fires. It is a fastball swung on. It is pop foul. It's going to reach the seats on the first base side of home plate. That's now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Brandon Laird. Laird had struck out his first time up against Enns. As he bats here, waiting on the 2-2 offering. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 3-2. So the runner, Martin, will be on the move with 2 outs here as soon as Enns goes to the plate. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. So left-hander against the right-hander. Enns gets his sign from his catcher, and now he steps off the backside of the rubber, and they're going to have to cycle through the signs again. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Laird. As he comes set at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into right field. Drifting over to his left and making the catch is Seiji Kawagawa. And that is going to do it here in the 3rd inning for the Marines. So for the Marines, they get a leadoff single by Leonis Martin, and they strand him aboard. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left. We're now through 2.5 innings. It is the Chiba Lotte Marines 2, the Saitama Seibu Lions 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with the call of the bottom of the 3rd inning. Here's our friend Steve again.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. And in turn, we like to support Steve Rademacher. Be sure after the game to go check him out, as he's got Money Monday, Takeover Tuesday, the Friday No Filter version, and the Saturday morning cartoons. Something there for everybody, as he is always got something to say. Well, everybody, we're coming back here for the top of the 3rd inning, the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's going to be the 9-1 and 2 hitters coming up the bat for the Lions. Shinya Hasegawa, Shuta Tonosaki, and Suzuki Genda, the 9-1-2 hitters in the order, to face the right-handed rookie, Ryutaro Mori. And so here's the first pitch from Mori. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count is quickly 0-1. 34 pitches through the first 2 innings for the youngster. Hasegawa batting .171 with no homers and 2 RBIs. Had that nice running catch in the last half inning. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. This is lifted into shallow right center field. Drifting back on it is the second baseman, Shogo Nakamura, and he makes the catch. That is going to retire Hasegawa for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the top of the order in Shuta Tonosaki. So for Tonosaki, he's 0 for 1 today. He struck out his first time up. As we said, that last half inning, it was a very impressive, very impressive play that he had as he tried to induce Leonis Martin to maybe run. He let that ball fall, and then they threw to first for the putout and hoped that he could maybe get Martin to go. It was a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Tonosaki was all over the base paths in that Oryx series. It was a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-2. We got a chance to see all 3 games midweek this week between the Saitama Seibu Lions and the Oryx Buffaloes. So no balls and 2 strikes. Mori gets the sign, and he rocks into the motion. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on and grounded foul just past the third base coach's box. The count remains at 0-2. I'm curious to see how Mori is going to fare the second time through the order once the Lions have seen him for the first time. It's usually the telltale once he gets through the order through the second time. How the hitters will fare, and there's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 0-2 to Tanasaki. First time through the order. Basically, they would have been 1 for 7 with a walk and a sacrifice. So one would think that the second time through that they would be better. After seeing them, there's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count now is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the right-hander ready to go back to work again. He gets the sign from his catcher, Sato. Now he rocks into the motion, and he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Shuta Tanasaki. He's trying to battle all the way back. Here's the offering from the right-hander. He delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It's belted into deep center field. Moving over and making the catch is the center fielder Fukuda, and that is going to retire Tanasaki for the first out of the inning. He sent it for a ride. Just didn't send it far enough. So that is 1 away, and that is going to bring up the shortstop, Sasuke Genda. So for Genda, he's 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded to the pitcher his first time up. Now he rocks into the motion, does Mori, and he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses outside. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Genda batting from the left side against the right-handed slant Mori. As Mori kicks and delivers, it is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded off the first baseman, Oka. It's going to get into foul territory. That is going to be more than likely a base hit. That ball was absolutely scorched by Genda. The first baseman, Oka, who's had some struggles here tonight, stopped the ball, but he wasn't able to keep it in front of him and control it. As that ball hit him, it ended up ricocheting past the third base coach's box all the way to the wall in foul territory. And Genda, we're going to call that a base hit because that certainly was not ordinary effort. So with 2 gone, Genda is now the runner at first, and that is going to bring up the catcher, Tomoya Mori. So also something to keep an eye on here is how the young pitcher Mori is going to control the running game. So it's a Mori versus Mori battle. Let's see how quick he is to the plate here. And instead they throw over to first, and diving back in time as the base runner Genda. I'll have to keep an eye on Genda because Genda does like to run. He's got on the season 8 stolen bases. He doesn't run like he used to. He should be able to get himself 15 by the end of the year as a fastball misses outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0 to Mori. So 1 ball and no strikes. Right-hander holds set. And now he kicks and delivers. That ball is a fastball swung on and tap foul slowly on the first base line, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. We're here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's a 2-1 scoreline for the Marines over the Lions. And again, they throw over to first base, and this time a little closer as Genda goes diving back. But he still goes back safely. Looking to see if they've made a decision on that Genda play. They still haven't made an official scoring decision yet. I still think it's going to be a base hit for Genda as they throw to first, and again diving back as the base runner. So Genda, the runner at first. And there is 2 gone here as he's waiting on the offering from the righty Mori. Genda establishes his lead at first, and here's the delivery. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is grounded past the first baseman into right field, and Genda's going to get all the way around to third. Looked like Oka that time there didn't get off the base. Oka it's like a magnet. When you're not playing very well, the ball seems to find you. And I'm not saying that one there that Oka maybe should have made the play on, as we get a chance to look at the replay, but it was just past him there. Now, I don't think he had a chance to get it, but the ball just always seems to come back at you or near you when you can't make a play. And that's going to bring up the big fella. It's going to bring up Ataka Yamakawa. Also brings out the pitching coach for the Marines to have a word with the young right-hander. So runners on the corners, and the home run leader in the Pacific League is coming to bat. Curious to see what their decision is here, if they're going to pitch to him or if they're going to maybe indirectly pitch around him. We'll see how they do this here. Yamakawa walked his first time up. And here comes the offering from the right-hander Mori. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into the seats down the right field line. And the count is quickly 0-1. So Yamakawa looking to do some damage here. They have the signs out for Home Run King. I don't know if I'd want to go that far. Certainly he's having a great season. I think Murakami, the Yakult Swallows third baseman, might have something to say about that. There's a breaking ball that misses low, and the count is now 1-1 strike. So 1-1 strike to Yamakawa. It's the bottom of the third inning. There's 2 gone with the runners on the corners. Genda at third and Mori at first. Yamakawa waiting on the offering here from the young right-hander. As Mori comes set, and he kicks and delivers. It's a split finger pitch that misses down, and the count is now 2-1. It is the designated hitter Takumi Kuriyama who waits on deck. Should he be able to get up here to face the right-hander Mori? So 2-1 strike. Mori comes set, and again he throws over to first base, and this time it's the other Mori getting back safely. So 2-1 strike it is. Yamakawa holds the bat above his shoulders, and then he gets into that launch position. There's a fastball that misses inside. The count is now 3-1. Should just do the inevitable and hold up that fourth finger and put him on. And get on to face the designated hitter Kuriyama. So here comes the 3-1 offering. They've really set him up inside, and the pitch is a fastball that misses in. It's going to be ball 4. It's the second walk here for Yamakawa in the ball game. Let's go to advance Mori over to second. Genda is now the runner at third. And that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Takumi Kuriyama. For Kuriyama tonight, he is 0 for 1. He grounded out to the first baseman his first time up. So Mori ready to go back at it here against the left-handed hitting Kuriyama. He's got himself in a bit of a jam here. 53 pitches so far in this one as he's ready to make the first offering to Kuriyama. As the right-hander holds set, and now he delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right center field. Moving over to his right is Leonis Martin. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to do it. That is going to retire Kuriyama for the third out of the inning. Well, Mori gets himself out of a jam. There was no runs in the inning. There were 2 hits. There were no errors and 3 Lions left aboard. We are now through 3 complete. It is the Marines 2, the Lions 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action here from the Balloonadome in Saitama. Here's our friend Matt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving now here to the top of the 4th inning. It is a 2-1 ball game for the Chiba Lotte Marines over the Seibu Lions. Coming up to bat for the Marines, it'll be Hisanori Yasuda, Shuhei Fukuda, and Edney Hechevarria. That's the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the batting order to face the left-hander Dietrich Enns. The first pitch is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. For Yasuda tonight, he's 0 for 1. He popped the short his first time up. He is hitting .239 on the season. He's got a couple of homers to go with 17 runs batted in. And there are fastballs delivered inside, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike, 66 pitches through the first 3 innings for the lefty Enns. We talked about pitch efficiency, and that has been something that has hurt the lefty this year. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 1-2. He has really struggled recently to get through the 5th, 6th innings and to go much deeper than that. And the one thing that I notice is, as I talked about, he doesn't have that one pitch that can really just put hitters away. When you think of the at-bats against Nakamura and some of the others, even Brandon Laird, just doesn't have that one little bit to be able to get him over the hump. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And you think about that, what's the out pitch that he might have? A wipeout pitch. For some pitchers, it's a splitty. For some, it's a slider. There's a fastball swung on. It's going to be lifted foul down the left field line, but that's going to get off the netting by the bullpen. It's going to keep the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. And when I see Enns pitch, I think his pitches are good, but there's nothing that is that wipeout pitch. And sometimes that's just a slight difference, a couple of little tweaks. He rolls out of bed one day and hits his head and all of a sudden finds it. And there's a breaking ball right there that's swung on and missed, and Yasuda has gone on strikes, and he is out number 1. So that pitch there was able to deposit Yasuda back to the dugout. It is the 4th strikeout of the ball game by the lefty Enns. On the season, in his 86 and a third innings, he's got 57 strikeouts. I remember the pitcher a couple of years ago was Zach Neal when he was pitching in the NPB. He had to induce a lot of ground balls. He was a pitch to contact kind of guy. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Fukuda. Fukuda batting .171 on the season. No homers and 4 RBIs. There's a breaking ball that's fouled away, and the count is now 0-2. Fukuda struck out his first time up against Enns. And he's on his way to doing so again as Enns is way up ahead in the count at 0-2. When I think about the out pitches, I'm not thinking about the bottom part of the order. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away. I'm thinking about that part of the order that can do the damage, the top 5 guys. How are you going to be able to keep them off balance and be able to put them away? Here comes the 1-2 pitch. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep center field, but moving over underneath it is the center fielder Hasegawa. He makes the catch. With 2 up, we have 2 away, and that is going to bring up the shortstop, Edney Hechavarria. We got Josh S. in the house. He says, I hope you're having a good Saturday night. It's now a Sunday morning. But yeah, it's been pretty good. We welcome you, Josh. We're glad you popped in. This is the second game of 2 games that we're calling tonight. We were on earlier and did the Hawks and the Eagles. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0 to Hechavarria. So question for Josh S. Did you get your package and all from our friend Dave? So here comes the 1-0 pitch. There's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-1. I know I haven't talked to him in a couple of weeks, but he said he was putting it together and was going to have it out in the mail to you. I think Josh is in Illinois somewhere, and there's a fastball swung on and fouled away. It was either Illinois or Missouri. So hopefully you got that. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to Hechavarria. As he waggles the bat against the lefty ends. He kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed. The tag is applied by the catcher Mori. And that is going to do it here for the 3rd out of the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're down through 3.5. It is the Chiba Lotte Marines 2, the Seibu Lions 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a moment. I got the kettle on for some hot coffee coming up here to keep us rolling through this one. Here's our friend Steve Rademacher.
Hello, friends. Steve coming back at you, a clean-shaven Steve. Thank you for watching The Last Raps Baseball. And please continue to support my channel among others, like Another Hollis Build. Awesome commercial. And now I'll show you a few more things that we do have. We have toys, like this bobblehead Star Wars on wheels. We have Noids. We can't keep avoiding them forever. We do have Legos. Love my Legos. We have Origami Folder. Check him out. He's new into this, getting started, has good following already. We have Red Beard Breaks. And we also have these things that, in a pinch, will tell you what your temperature is. So, if you like all of this, and if you like Last Raps Baseball, join all of us. We'd love to have you. And I know you would enjoy us. Thank you, peace, good night, and cheers.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the batting order. It is going to be Ito, Seiji Kawagawa, and Nin-Ting Wu to face the right-handed rookie Mori. As it is going to be Ito, who is 1 for 1 tonight, stepping in to face the right-hander, who kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. Josh said he did get the package. He said highlighted by a few Griffies, a rookie Dylan Cease. That's awesome. Good for you. If, as we Josh did last month or in the June videos, make sure you let Dave at Zero Fox know that Last Raps Baseball sent you, and he'll Put you in for a mystery pack of cards as the fastball swung on and popped up into right field. And coming in to make the catch is the right fielder, Leonis Martin, to retire idle for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 away, and that is going to bring up the right fielder, Seiji Kawagawa. Our friend Vivid Life says, whoa, 2 in 1 night. Lucky him. Yeah, absolutely. We made that decision that this game was going off at 1 o'clock Pacific, 4 a.m. Eastern, that we were going to slide in and be able to do the other one. So we are here for 2 tonight. So that brings Seiji Kawagawa to the plate. He's hit a sacrifice fly and drove a run in his first time, and he belts a fastball to right field, and that is going to be caught by Leonis Martin. So 2 up and 2 away on the fly balls to the right fielder. That's going to leave it all up to Ning-Ting Wu. So for Wu, he's 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded out to the second baseman his first time up. So Wu's batting .224 on the season. He's got 3 homers and 19 RBIs. He digs himself in on the left side against the right-handed throwing Mori. He rocks into the motion, and he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. That last pitch cruised in at 90 miles an hour. We've seen Mori get it up to 92, 93. And here he rocks into the motion, and he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. We will put our schedule up this week, as hopefully we can get it more folks to come by and listen in. And here's the 2-0. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes. This is how the right-hander got himself into trouble last inning. He got the first 2 outs, and then it was a Genda single, a Mori single, and a walk to Yamakawa before he was able to retire the side. There's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is now 3-1. So Mori's got to find a way to finish off the Lions hitters here to make it an easy inning for him. So here comes the 3-1 offering. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is now 3-2 to Wu. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Mori ready to go back at it again. This is going to be pitch number 64. As he's been fairly efficient with his pitches. That pitch misses down, and that is going to be ball 4 as Wu's going to draw himself a 2-out walk. That is going to bring up the center fielder, Shinya Hasegawa. So for Hasegawa, he is officially 0 for 1. He popped out to the second baseman his first time up. It's a nice crowd at the Baluna Dome. They also, when I look at this dome, it's what I like to call it almost an open air dome. It's like it's covered over top, but it's really a one-layered dome. It's like a bowl. And the top part of the bowl, they've got, as there's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. It's open air. So, like, in other words, it's covered. You're not going to get rained on, but there's still enough breeze that'll be able to come through, and cross breeze, certainly, that will probably play a little bit of havoc with the ball when it's in flight. Not like when you play in Chiba where there's no dome and the wind is blowing like crazy. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So there's 2 gone here in the 4th inning. The runner at first is Wu. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Hasegawa. And here comes the offering. It is a fastball swung on. This ball's belted to left field. It's down the line, and it's going to be off the wall. It is played by the left fielder, Ogino. He fires it in. Here comes the throw to the plate, and it is not going to be in time, as that is going to score the runner, Wu, all the way from first base. And that is going to tie the score line up at 2. And that is, let's see if they're going to rule that a triple or if it's going to be a double with the runner Hasegawa advancing to third on the throw. I'll have to wait on that scoring decision here for just a moment. So he absolutely turns on that one. Hasegawa drove the ball off the wall in left field. The left fielder, Ogino, had to chase it in. And more than likely, it's going to be a double with the RBI going to Hasegawa. He goes to third on the throw, and that is going to bring up the top of the order and Shuta Tanasaki. So Tanasaki steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He struck out his first time up, and he flew to center in the third inning. So again, all the action with 2 out against Mori. So Tanasaki waggles the bat, and he's waiting on the first offering from the right-hander. Comes set, and now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses down for ball 1. The count is 1-0. So we definitely saw this from the Lions on the midweek games, as they were able to score late, and there's a fastball swung on. This is belted foul. Boy, oh boy, did he ever hit that one foul. It was like on its way out of the stadium. As we said, up on the concourse up at the top, where that open-air dome is, it looked like it was ready to fly out. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Tanasaki. This game is now all knotted up at 2s. So Tanasaki waggles the bat. The runner at third is Hasegawa. There's 2 gone here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And he's waiting on the 1-1 offering from Mori, who kicks and delivers. He squares the bunt. He drops it down the third baseline. That ball is going to roll foul. It's going to run the count to 1-2. So he was bunting for the base hit as the third baseman, Yasuda, was well behind the bag at third base. If that ball would have been fair, it would have been very interesting. They would have not got the runner at the plate. But I'm not sure they would have got Tanasaki at first base either. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. He was a good 5, 6, 7 steps behind the bag. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tanasaki waiting on the offering. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down. The count's now 2-2. So we'll be keeping our eye on the starter Mori here and how much of a leash he's got left, as the big part of the batting order is going to be coming up next inning, as the rookie right-hander starting to get a little bit stretched in his pitches. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. And he takes his time, and now Shota Tanasaki has asked for time as he steps out of the batter's box. We're going to go through this whole thing over again. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The crowd is on their feet, and they're cheering here for their star second baseman, and again, time is called. So some confusion between the pitcher and the catcher as they're cycling through their signs. So the runner at third is Hasegawa. He gets his lead. And coming set is the pitcher Mori. He delivers it as a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. And Tanasaki's got himself a single and an RBI. It's going to bring home Hasegawa. And the Lions have now taken the lead 3-2 here in the 4th inning. And that is going to bring up the shortstop Sasuke Genda. So one would have to think that Tanasaki here is definitely a threat to steal. He's got 10 bags on the year. I would think that he's going to try to get himself into scoring position so that maybe Genda can bring him home. If not, and you got Genda to lead off the next inning. So Mori checks the runner over at first. They're concerned about him too, and they throw over to first, and diving back in time as the base runner. I know I'd be concerned about him for sure. So here comes the offering, and instead they throw over again to first base, and again diving back is Tonosaki. So Suzuki Genda waiting on the pitch here from Mori. Keep an eye here on the pitch, and there's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. The count is 0-1 to Genda. So no balls and 1 strike. Genda gets himself set back in the batter's box. Tonosaki's got a big lead over at first base. He's got 1 foot onto the turf. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Genda. I would definitely think that you got to put Tonosaki in motion here. With 2 strikes, it's probably going to be something soft or off speed. Mori is fairly quick to the plate. That last pitch was a slide step, so and helped him there. Be a little bit quicker to the dish. So here comes the 0-2, but again they throw over to first. And again diving back in time as the base runner. That is going to keep the count now at no balls and 2 strikes. So again, the right-hander Mori gets this sign from Sato, and he's ready to go back to work. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses outside, and the count now is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes again. A little surprised that they didn't have Tonosaki in motion here. I'd be challenging the arm of Sato and putting all the pressure on this youngster. So here's the 1-2. As Mori comes set, and now he delivers. It's a fastball swung on and again fouled away. It's going to get over the netting and reach the seats down the left field line, and the count remains at 1-2. I'm really surprised sometimes at how much or how many balls end up going over top of the netting. The netting is quite high. But balls get fouled away, and they end up reaching over top. It protects the people for the line drives, but you got to keep your heads up on the fly balls and get up a little further into the stands. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it remains here to Genda. Now Mori comes set. And he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. The runner was going on the pitch that time. And again, another ball that's fouled off to the third base side, and that keeps the count at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. I would have to think that the starter ends has maybe got 1 more inning and change left in him. Again, they throw to first base, and again diving back is Tonosaki. I should have kept the clicker count on that. That's probably the 4th or the 5th time in this at-bat that Mori has thrown over to first base. So all the action has started here with 2 away in the inning, and there's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded through the 4-hole into right field. It's going to be a base hit. Tonosaki digging around second. He heads into third, and he's going to reach there safely on the single by Genda. And that is going to put runners on the corners. And that's going to bring up the catcher, Tomoya Mori. So where's the pitching coach for the Marines? So twice in back-to-back innings, Mori has got himself into trouble with 2 outs. Hasn't been able to put away the hitters of the Lions. So the runner at third is Tonosaki. The runner at first is Genda. The Lions already have 2 runs on the board as they've taken the lead 3-2 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And Mori is ready to go back to work as he's going to be facing Mori. So Mori versus Mori again. For Tomoya Mori, he's 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single and he's popped to short. And the first pitch is a breaking ball swung on. This is through the 4-hole into right field. That's going to score a run. Rounding second and heading to third is Genda. And the first and third offense is in full swing right now for the Lions. It's an RBI single for Mori. That drives in the third run of the inning. Tanasaki comes around to score. Genda stops at third on the base hit single by Mori. And that's going to bring up the first baseman, Hataka Yamakawa. And as Yamakawa comes to the plate, I think they decided to put him on because I would. He's already walked twice tonight, and he scored a run. So the big bopper coming to the plate. You've got runners on the corners with 2 gone. It is a 4-2 lead for the Lions here in the bottom half of the 4th inning, as they've scored 3 times, and they're looking for more. Here comes the first offering from Mori. It's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. It's already tough enough to have to pitch to Yamakawa, and then you feel like you're getting squeezed because that pitch looked pretty good. So here's the 1-0, and now Yamakawa has asked for time as looks like he's got a bug that's flying around. So here comes the 1-0 pitch. As Mori comes set. And now he delivers. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Yamakawa. Well, not much else to say here other than the young right-hander is getting a lesson from the Saitama Seibu Lions as he's really started to struggle. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes. There's 3 runs on the board here in the 4th inning. Wu, Hasegawa, and Tanasaki have already crossed the plate. Genda's on third. Mori is the runner at first, and it's 3 balls and no strikes to Yamakawa. And there's finally action going on in the Marines bullpen. And here comes the 3-0 pitch. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Right-handed hitting. Yamakawa waiting on the offering here from right-hander Mori, who kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is belted foul down the left field line. Yamakawa turned on that one, and he's going to have to walk back towards the on-deck circle to get himself a little bit more spray on the bat. But that one there was a hanging breaking ball, and he just turned on that thing. It was foul, maybe by inches. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. The runner, Mori, at first will be on the move as soon as the pitch is delivered to the plate. This is pitch number 85 of the ball game for the youngster Ryotaro Mori. And he holds set, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is belted to deep left field. If it stays fair, it's going to be gone. And it's a home run, a 3-run shot for Yamakawa, his 33rd of the season. A no-doubter as that ball leaves the yard in a big-time hurry. And that is going to increase the scoreline now to 7-2. So unbelievable. That ball got out in a big-time hurry. I can't believe they even pitched to him. And that is, as I color in all the squares on the score sheet, going to increase the lead to 7-2 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. It's the 33rd homer that leads the Pacific League, and 69 runs batted in now for the big fella. And here comes the first pitch to Takumi Kuriyama, and it's a fastball that just misses outside for ball 1. Well, the Lions have batted around here in the inning. This is the 9th hitter to come to the plate. For Kuriyama, he's 0 for 2 tonight. He has grounded out to first and has flown out to right in his 2 trips to the dish. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Kuriyama. And all of this has happened with 2 outs. The first 2 outs in the inning were fly balls to the right fielder, and then everything after that has been an absolute laser show. And there's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded to the right side. It is fielded by the first baseman, Oka. He flips to first. Nice play by the first baseman, diving to his right to be able to make the stop. And that is going to do it here in the 4th inning, as that is a ground out 3-1 for the final out of the inning. But there was 6 runs in the inning on a total of 5 hits. There were no errors and nobody left the board. Your score through 4. It is the Saitama Seibu Lions 7, the Chiba Lotte Marines 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. The call after this. Dietrich Enns now pitching himself with a big-time lead. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher. Check him out after the game. We'll be back after this.
Hey guys, and thank you, Freddie. Steve coming back at you. That's right, Steve Rademacher. I would like to thank each and every one of you that is tuned into my channel. And today, let's do a little shout out for some other great channels you should be watching. There is WVogs 18. There's Big D's Sports and Collectibles. You all know another Hollis build. Why not Like Father, Like Son? That's a great duo that does some great stuff. It shows some great cards. And of course, the one and only Bud Stoney, creators of One of Ones. The creator of One of Ones, and they're all signed on the back. Bud Stoney, One of One, like this beautiful Robin Yount that he made for me. He made me another Robin Yount, this time mini, and a Christian Yelich mini. Great cards, and he does more than cards. We have darts of Hulk Hogan and many other things. So give them a look-see and give me another look-see. Subscribers are always welcome, and back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of the channel, and in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. We are now moving to the top of the 5th inning, and the scoreline here is now 7-2 as the first pitch was delivered to Hiromi Oka for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Now a fastball delivered upstairs, and the count runs even to 1 ball and 1 strike. Catching up on our scoreline as our ticker across is being updated as a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2 balls and 1 strike. Falling behind a little bit there in the last little bit, but as a 7-2 lead here for the Lions in the top of the 5th inning. The fastball swung on and missed. The count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. The ball game here tonight, for Dietrich Enns, he's got 5 strikeouts so far. Through his 4+ innings of work, he's hunting for number 6 here. Here comes the offering to Oka. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now time is called as, again, that whatever it is, there's a bug that was flying around right before Yamakawa hit the 3-run homer. And that bug has come back to be pesky and bother Oka here. And there's a fastball swung on, his grounded up the middle. It's fielded on the backhand by Tonosaki. He throws over to first, but it's going to be up the line. That's going to be an infield single for Oka. That was a tough play by Tonosaki. He had the range to his right behind the bag at second base. He got rid of it in a hurry, but the ball was up the first baseline to the right field side. That is going to safely reach the base runner Oka, and that's going to bring the top of the order up in Takashi Ogino. So Dietrich Enns getting a chance to pitch with the lead here for the first time in this one, as he had a 6-spot shoved on the board for him in the bottom half of the 4th inning. He gave up those 2 runs in the top of the 1st. And after that, he has settled down. Here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses inside for ball one, and the count is 1-0 to Takashio Gino. Gino today is 1 for 2. He singled and scored a run in the first inning. He's also flown out to center. And here comes the pitch from Enns. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's behind home plate, and the count's going to run at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So waiting on the 1-1 offering is the right-handed hitting Gino. There's a fastball swung on it. It is looped softly over to short. It is caught by Genda. But retreating back to first base safely is the base runner Oka. So Gino is gone for out number 1, and that's going to bring up the right fielder Leonis Martin. So for Martin, he is 2 for 2 tonight. He homered in the first inning off of Enns. It was a 2-run shot. And then he singled in the third. He's raised his average up on the season to 168. Left-handed hitting right fielder really struggling at the plate this year. And here's the first offering. It is a fastball that misses inside for ball one. The count is 1-0 to Leonis Martin. So 1 ball and no strikes. Lefty Enns comes set at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Leonis Martin. The Marine fans are still cheering loudly here as they're in the top of the 5th inning. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. If you've never been to a Japanese game, it's a treat. The crowd is into the game. We were talking a little bit about this in the first game that we did tonight between the Eagles and the Hawks. When you go to sporting events in North America, it's the scoreboard, the exploding scoreboard, the fireworks, the music all going on, and they throw over to first base, and diving back in time is the runner Oka. It just takes the fandom out of the game. But when you go to soccer games in Europe, you go to baseball games in Japan, they don't have the manufactured noise. It's the crowd that manufactures the noise. They're the ones that are stimulating. They're the ones that are doing the cheering. They're the ones that are making the noise, whether it be the thunder sticks or the hands clapping or the music that is played at some of the games. Or if you're watching European soccer, again, as they throw over to first base and Oka goes diving back in time. But in North America, if you don't have all that stuff that's going on, the fans aren't paying attention in a lot of cases. And that's unfortunate. So here's the 2-1 pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count is now 3-1. I say it's unfortunate because as the game has become a corporate ticket, and when corporations are buying tickets for their companies as write-offs and giving them to their families, it almost becomes the importance of the game for people who are getting the freebies, or at least going to talk business or talk shop. As there's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away right at home plate, and the count is now 3-2. The game becomes secondary. I think about that where maybe executives that were going for a round of golf to talk business instead go to a ball game or a hockey game or a basketball game, and they end up not watching the game. They're talking business, not paying attention. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. As here comes the offering now from the left-hander Enns. He delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. And Martin is aboard with a walk. That's going to put runners at first and second, and it's going to bring up the second baseman, Shogo Nakamura. So Enns is going to get another visit from the pitching coach here. This seemed to do the trick back in the first inning. after he allowed the single, the home run, and the double. Now he's going to get a visit here from Toyota. I was talking with the interpreter and to his pitcher here. So all the information has been delivered, and Hens is ready to go back to work. So the runner at second is Oka. The runner at first is Martin. There's one gone here in the fifth inning, and Shogo Nakamura is stepping to the plate. So Hens is ready to face the right-handed hitting Nakamura. Nakamura 1 for 2 tonight. Both of the at-bats have been marathon at-bats, to say the least. He's seen 18 pitches from the right-hander so far, and there's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. And make that 19 on this one, so pretty much you're looking at just over 20% of the pitches in this ball game through 3 at-bats have gone to Shogo Nakamura. There's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner, and now it's 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Shogo Nakamura. So the lefty end's ready to go here again. As he kicks and delivers, it's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to second. They flip it to the shortstop, covering 2 for 1. They throw to first. It is a double play. That is going to be of the 4-6-3 variety, and that is going to get Ends out of the inning, as that will retire the side here with no damage done. There was no runs in the inning. There was 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is the Saitama Seibu Lions 7, the Chiba Lotte Marines 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. The call after this. We appreciate you guys for being here, and there's going to be a pitching change when we return as the Marines are going to the bullpen. Be right back, guys.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the game. And Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave, Zero Thought Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Appreciate you, Dave, and your support of the channel. In turn, we support Dave at Zero Fox. Make sure you go over on his YouTube channel and let him know that Last Raps Baseball sent you for a chance to win a mystery pack of cards. We'll be right back in just a few, boys. Have tight. We're glad you're with us. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the right-hander Atsuya Hirohata coming in relief here. It is going to be his 17th appearance of the year. He's got no wins and 1 losses. He's worked 14 innings. He's allowed 26 hits, 8 walks, 11 strikeouts, and he's got a fluffed-up ERA at 5.79. So he is on in relief, and he's going to be facing the 6, 7, 8 hitters in the batting order. It's going to be Ito, Kawagawa, and Wu. The first pitch here is a fastball that misses upstairs for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. For Ito tonight, he is 1 for 2. He's singled and flown out to right field. Here comes the offering from the right-hander who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count now goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Ito ready to get the 1-1 offering here from the right-hander Hirohata, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is Lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats over on the first base side, and that runs the count now to 1-2. So Hirohata is going to have to come in here and either take a bullet, or he's going to have to probably log a couple innings here to keep the Lions in check. It was the 6-run uprising in the bottom of the fourth for Seibu that have him out in front here, 7-2. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is lifted into shallow right field. Coming in on it is Leonis Martani, calls off Nakamura, and he makes the catch, and that is going to retire Ito for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up Seiji Kawagawa. So for Kawagawa tonight, he is 0 for 1. He flew out in the last half inning to the right fielder Martin, but he knocked the first run of the ball game in the second inning on a sac fly to center field. That opened the scoring here for the Lions tonight. So Kawagawa steps to the plate, batting from the left side against the right-hander Hirohata, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball missing upstairs for ball 1. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Hirohata ready to deliver again, and that is a split finger pitch swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1-1. I will say this, the right-hander Hirohata, he gets the ball and he's ready to go. Like some of the relievers we saw in that Fukuoka Tohoku game. So here's the 1-1 pitch. It is a fastball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. He wastes no time. He gets the sign from his catcher, Sato, and he's ready to go right back at it. Here comes the 2-1 offering. As he kicks and delivers, it is a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count remains now at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. And it is a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count remains at 2-2 to Kawagawa. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to the left-handed hitting right fielder. And here's the pitch from Hirohata. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into left field. And drifting back on it is the left fielder Ogino, and he's going to make the catch. That is going to do it as Kawagawa is retired for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to leave it all up to Ninting Wu. Well, for Wu, he got it going in the 4th inning as his walk ended up starting that 6-run rally. And he came around to score. He's 0 for 1 tonight as he's grounded out, but he walked and scored a run his last time up. So here comes the first pitch from Hirohata. It's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Wu hitting .224 on the season with 3 homers and 19 RBIs. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that just misses down and in, and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander Hirohata holds at the belt, and now he delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Wu. Now they're waiting on the 2-1 offering here. Hirohata kicks, and he fires. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another late night ball game for us this week. As we said, we are going to be back for more NPB action on the Mountain Holiday, which is Thursday Japanese time or Wednesday in North America. There's a breaking ball taken for a called 3rd strike as Wu stood there like the house by the side of the road, and Hirohata comes in and does his job as he retires the side 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 5 complete, and it looks like manager Suji may be coming out to make a pitching change as Dietrich Enns might be done for his night. But we've got the proverbial Japanese halftime. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in a few minutes after this. We've got a lot of stuff to take care of on the in-between. They're coming out to clean the field to get the cheerleaders out. We'll take this little break. Break back in a few.
Hey guys, and thank you, Freddie. Steve coming back at you. That's right, Steve Rademacher. I would like to thank each and every one of you that is tuned into my channel. And today, let's do a little shout out for some other great channels you should be watching. There is WVlogs 18. There's Big D's Sports and Collectibles. You all know another Hollis build. Why not Like Father, Like Son? That's a great duo that does some great stuff. It shows some great cards. And of course, the one and only Bud Stoney, creators of One of Ones, the creator of One of Ones, and they're all signed on the back. Bud Stoney, One of One, like this beautiful Robin Yount that he made for me. He made me another Robin Yount, this time mini, and a Christian Yelich mini. Great cards, and he does more than cards. We have darts of Hulk Hogan and many other things. So give them a look-see and give me another look-see. Subscribers are always welcome, and back to Freddie.
That's right, everybody. We're moving to the top of the 6th inning. It is what we like to call the Japanese halftime, as they do take an extended break here to clean up the diamond and to do their little halftime show with all the cheerleaders. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is still the halftime, we like to call it, in the Japanese game, as we are through 5 complete innings. It is 7-2 for the Seibu Lions over the Chiba Lotte Marines. We'll be back in 45 seconds. We'll come back and do the out-of-town scoreboard. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. There are 3 finals across the NPB tonight. We'll start beginning the Pacific League. The Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters knocked off the Oryx Buffaloes 5-3. It was 5-11-0 for the Fighters, 3-10-0 for the Buffaloes. Emoto got the win. He goes to 2-2. The loss goes to Nakamura. He's 0-1, and Iguchi gets his first save for the Fighters. It was Kotaro Kobayashi hitting his 5th homer of the year for Oryx. Again, your final 5-3 in that one. The game we called earlier, it was the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles salvaging a victory out of that 3-game set against the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. 7-13-1 for Tohoku, 2-8-0 for Fukuoka. Miyamori got the win for the Golden Eagles. He's 1-0. Tsuyoshi Wada took the loss. He's 3-3. The only final in the Central League right now, the Chinichi Dragons knocked off the Yokohama Bay Stars. It was 5-0. 5-5-0 for Chinichi, 0-6-2 for Yokohama. And we're ready to get this one back underway, as they've got a lefty now on the mound for the Lions. It is going to be Sasaki in relief, as the first pitch he delivers to the Toshiya Sato is taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is now 1-1. So the day is over for Dietrich Enns, as his line will close. The only 2 runs he gave up were the 2-run homer in the first inning off the bat of Leonis Martin. So Sasaki in relief as is Ken Sasaki, as he delivers a fastball that swung on and grounded foul over on the first base side. The count is now 1-2 to Sato. So for Ken Sasaki, he's got a record of 3-0 on the year. Worked 25 1/3 innings. He's allowed 23 hits, 14 walks, and 21 strikeouts. He's got an ERA of 1.78. His 33rd appearance here for the Lions. And here comes the 1-2 pitch, as that fastball misses off the outside corner, and the count is now 2-2. So both teams are now into their bullpens. So here comes the 2-2 offering as Sasaki holds at the belt, and he delivers a fastball that misses down and away, and the count now runs to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. We got our friend Demon Slayer in here. He says he put 4K down on the Lions. He was a little worried back in the 3rd inning. While the young right-hander who was on the hill, he showed some decent promise, but there was certainly in the 3rd and the 4th innings, and there's a fastball that's come inside, and it has hit the batter Sato, and he is going to be aboard. A 3-2 pitch that hits you. If you're a hitter, boy, you got to be a little frustrated about that one. It just caught him on it looked like maybe it was just above the elbow guard. Maybe on the tricep. It's probably going to leave a mark. That's going to bring up Brandon Laird with the runner at first. So our friend Demon Slayer, who checked in tonight, maybe don't want to speak too soon, because Brandon Laird steps up to the plate. He's the 3rd leading home run hitter in the Pacific League. He's got those 15 homers to go along with 48 runs batted in. So not quite the start that they were looking for from Sasaki. Interesting that they follow a left-hander up with another left-hander. So here comes the first offering. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Laird. Laird tonight is 0 for 2. He struck out his first time up and flew out to right. He's 0 for 2 on the evening. Here's the pitch from Sasaki, and the fastball backs Laird off the plate. Almost hit him. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. So I'm not sure where. I don't think I've seen Sasaki pitch. I don't remember him in the Oryx series. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-1. So one would think he's probably going to try to, or at least in the mind of the manager for the Lions, is to get him through here. Demon Slayer says the Marines bullpen is worse. Well, the Lions bullpen is supposed to be the tops in the Pacific League. There's a breaking ball that is waved at and missed. And now the count goes to 2-2 on Laird. But the Marines have got their challenges. The Marines, if they are able to get the lead with Roberto Osuna and Masuda at the back end, they can close out games. The problem is getting to the 8th and 9th inning with a lead is not an easy task. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 2-2 to Brandon Laird. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Laird digs himself in, waiting on the 2-2 offering from the lefty Ken Sasaki. Sasaki comes set and he delivers. It's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is now 3-2. I have to say that was a rather quick delivery to the plate by the lefty. That's one thing I haven't seen in the Japanese league is a lot of balks. We've seen a couple, but for the most part, the pitchers are not really balking a whole lot. So here comes the 3-2. As the lefty holds set, he delivers. It's a fastball swung on it. Is going to be blooped into center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Holding at second base is going to be Sato. That's going to put runners at first and second. And that is going to bring up the third baseman, Hisanori Yasuda. It's not quite the they've envisioned by going to the bullpen here with a 5-run lead. But the Marines have got runners at first and second with nobody out, and it brings Yasuda to the dish. Yasuda tonight is 0 for 2. He has lined to the shortstop, and he has struck out in his 2 trips to the plate. The pitching coach has made a quick beeline to the mound to talk to his lefty, Ken Sasaki. And now that that conference is over, we're ready to get back at it here. So that brings Yasuda to the dish. He's only hitting on the season 154. Does not have a lot of at-bats. To double check on that, I got him at 176 coming into tonight's fray. So I'm not sure if that is accurate or not, that one there. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. And the right-handed hitting Yasuda waiting on the offering here from the lefty Sasaki. He holds set at the belt, and now he delivers. It's a fastball that misses low, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. And here comes the offering here from the lefty Sasaki, who holds set at the belt. And he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-1. One would have to think the Lions have got to get their bullpen up and going, because Ken Sasaki does not look like he's got it. A 7-2 lead looks like it could be in jeopardy. Never did a 7-2 lead look so unsafe with this lefty on the mound. So here comes the 2-1 pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is popped up over on the right side of the infield. The infield fly rule is in effect, as Tanasaki has made the catch regardless, and that is going to retire Yasuda for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Shuhei Fukuda. Well, for Fukuda, he's 0 for 2 tonight. He is struck out and flown up to center field. Demon Slayer said hosted stats says 238. I think that was probably what you were saying for Fukuda. So here's the first offering delivered to Fukuda. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to first. Yamakawa takes it himself, and that's going to retire Fukuda on a ground out to 3 for out number 2. It's going to advance the runners. So Sato has moved to third. Laird has gone to second. That's going to leave it up to the shortstop, Edney Hechavarria. So for Hechavarria, he is 0 for 2. He's flown up to left field, and he has struck out in his 2 trips to the plate. We'll get you the rest of the out-of-town scoreboard after this half inning. Looks like they have a runner in the game for Yasuda, or at least they listed it in for Yasuda, which is a bit strange. So Yasuda was pinch hit for by Ikeda. That's probably why it was. It looked like Yasuda was in, but Ikeda is in for Yasuda. So that first pitch offering to Hechavarria missed down. The count is 1-0. So here's the 1-0 pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on it, missed, and now the count goes to 1-1 on Hechavarria. It'll be Hiromi Oka who will follow. Should Hechavarria be able to reach base? Base hit here would more than likely score a couple of runs. So Sasaki comes set. And here comes the 1-1 to Hechavarria. It's a fastball swung on. It is fouled straight back right off the catcher. Oh boy, that sent Tomoya Mori reeling backwards. He's going to make a little adjustment on his mask and on his helmet here. But he caught that one. That turned the mask around. So 1-2 strikes to Edney Hechavarria. We talked about that a few times. If you've ever been an umpire or a catcher, and you take a foul ball off the mask, it could really stiffen you up or straighten you up. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. As the lefty delivers, it is a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Hechavarria waves that one away for out number 3. And that is going to do it here. We got no runs in the inning. There was a hit. There were no errors, and there were 2 runners left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is the Saitama Seibu Lions 7, the Chiba Lotte Marines 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call. The bottom of the 6th inning after this when we return.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day, and there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of our channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. Our friend Demon Slayer told us about Tokyo Brandon. Actually, I think it was Eric Cheng who told us about Tokyo Brandon. I went over and checked them out, but his channel, he hasn't had anything on there for over a year. And so I understand he went over to something called Wager Talk. And so he gives his advice over there. He had about 1,200 subscribers on his channel. And then he went over to Wager Talk, and they've got almost 100,000. I think it was 96,000 in that situation there. So looks like we have a relief pitcher on the mound, or did Hirohata stay for round number 2? The first pitch is a fastball that is swung on and grounded foul by Hasegawa. And the count is quickly 0-1, and the trainer comes out because he's fouled it off his leg. Hirohata is still on the mound. It'll be Hasegawa, and then the top of the order, Tonosaki and Genda to follow here. So people come into our stream all the time and ask us what we think. And generally, I'm here to call the games, but thinking next season in the 2023 campaign, as there's a fastball that misses outside and the count is 1-1, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make predictions for every game of the week. And then what we'll do is we'll see how I fare and just do the straight up stuff. There's a fastball that's taken for a called strike and the count is 1-2. I was saying before that generally speaking, it's 70%. If you're up around the upper 60s or 70%, getting your picks right, you're doing pretty good. There's a breaking ball swung on. This is going to be lined softly up the middle. And Hasegawa is going to get his second hit of the ball game as he's aboard with a leadoff single, and that's going to bring up the top of the order in Shuta Tonosaki. So if you can make your picks and you could be up around 70% just straight up, you're doing pretty good. And you think about it, in professional baseball, if you're winning 2/3 of your games, you're doing pretty good. Demon Slayer says, good idea, could increase the subs. Yeah, you know what? We've been it's unbelievable how we've been ratcheting it up here on the channel. Calling the games, people coming in, listening, wanting to hear the call. So Hasegawa, the runner at first. Tonosaki steps to the plate. And the first pitch is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1. Tanasaki is 1 for 3. He's got a single and an RBI. He scored a run. He has struck out and flown out to center field. See, the one thing that's fascinating, and you think about it, when we call the games on YouTube, we can talk with the chat about this stuff. When you watch a game on television, Major League games, Japanese games, they don't talk about it. They shy away from these type of things. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is now 1-1. When I was at soccer matches in London, England, Will Hill, Ladbrokes, they've got betting houses right on the sites of the stadiums. So you can go up and get your hot dog, and you can make a bet on your way to the bathroom. It's kind of crazy. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. They throw over to first base, does Hirohata, and diving back in time is Hasegawa. So I think that would be kind of interesting and to see, just exactly where we're at on some of the stuff. And then when people come in, I just say, hey, go check out our page. I'll tell you who wins. So 1-1, and then update it every day with what your correct picks are versus the ones that are incorrect. People can see your live percentages right there. There's a fastball swung on. This ball's driven into center field, and that is going to be caught easily by the center fielder Fukuda. And Tanasaki is retired for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the shortstop Suzuki Genda. Kind of a little bit surprised that the center fielder Hasegawa hasn't taken off for second base. I would think that they want to try to get him in the scoring position, maybe punch another run across. 5-run lead, 6-run lead obviously is better than a 5-run lead, but just makes it all the more tougher for the Marines to have to come back. They've got 9 outs to have to try to score 5 runs right now. And here's the first pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is lifted into left field. This ball is going to get down for a base hit in front of the left fielder Ogino. Stopping at second is Hasegawa. That's going to put runners at first and second. That's going to bring up Tomoya Mori. So for Mori, he's 2 for 3 tonight. He's got 2 singles in his 3 trips to the plate. He's also driven in a run. As our friend Demon Slayer says, could drive your subs a bit. I think it would be very interesting to be able to see that. So with 1 away, Mori steps to the plate. And runners are at first and second. Hirohata checks the runner at second, and now he delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on it. It's going to break the bat of Mori. This ball is going to get down to the left field for a base hit. Rounding third and heading home is Hasegawa. I thought the bat was going to go further than the ball. That's going to increase the lead to 8-2 on the single by Mori. It's his second RBI of the game. As Genda is going to stop at second, Hasegawa comes around to score, and that is going to increase the lead to 8-2, a 6-run lead now here for the Lions in their half of the 6th inning, and that's going to bring up the big bopper, Hotaka Yamakawa. So for Yamakawa, he is 1 for 1 tonight. It was the big 3-run blow in the 4th inning. He's been on board 3 times. He's walked a couple of times as well. Let's see if they're going to pitch to him again here. It's an 8-2 lead, so might as well. But they do have a conference on the mound. This might be it for the pitcher Hirohata, and it is. He is going to be coming out. So hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments as Hirohata is done. We'll be back here in just a few as they are making a pitching change in Seibu. That is going to be it for Hirohata. We'll get you the specs in just a moment when we return. Here's our friend Steve again.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody. including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve. It is going to be Yasuhiro Tanaka coming into the ball game here, as he is going to be taking over for Atsuya Hirahara. It is going to be, as he is replacing the right-hander here in the sixth inning. Runners are at first and second. There is one gone. There's already one on the board, and it is Otake Yamakawa stepping to the plate. He had his 33rd homer his last time up. He's now got 69 runs batted in. And here comes the first pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs for ball one, and the count is 1-0. Yamakawa tonight, 1 for 1, 2 walks. He scored a couple of runs, and he's driven in 3 with that home run. As here comes the offering here. It's a fastball that misses down and in, and the count is now 2-0. Our friend Demon Slayer says, I think this game is a wrap. Well, I think you can put a stamp on it if Yamakawa can drive another one into the seats. Marines have just not been able to cash in on their opportunities. So here comes the 2-0. There's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded over to third. They throw to second for 1. Back to first. It is going to be a 5-4-3 double play. And that is going to do it here in the sixth inning, as Yamakawa is retired for the third out of the inning, as Mori was retired at second. So there was 1 run in the inning on 3 hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We are now moving to the top of the 7th inning. Your score is the Saitama Seibu Lions 8, the Chiba Lotte Marines 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments. We're glad you guys could stick it out here with us tonight. Here's our friend Matt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the 7th inning, and it is a 8-2 scoreline, as we are going to take a quick peek at the out-of-town scoreboard, as it is the other 2 games that are going on are in the Central League. The Tokyo Yakult Swallows have a 4-2 lead over the Amuri Giants. That game is in the top of the 5th inning. Top of the 4th inning, the Hiroshima Carp lead the Hanshin Tigers 4-2. It is going to be Bo Takahashi coming in and now for the Lions, as he is going to be the next pitcher up to be used here to face the Chiba Lotte Marines. This is pitcher number 3, as Takahashi is in here in relief. And the first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. It's Hiromi Oka at the top of the order, Takashi Ojino and Leonis Martin to face the right-hander here. So here comes the 0-1 offering. As he kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that just misses upstairs. The count goes to 1-1. For Oka tonight, he is 2 for 2. He's got a double and a single in his 2 trips to the plate. This game opened with a firecracker beginning. A 2-run shot with the second batter in by Leonis Martin. Jump started the Marines out to that 2-0 lead, and it's been all Seibu after that. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined over the head of the shortstop. It's going to get all the way to the wall. Oka is digging around first, heading for second, and he's going to slam on the brakes. He's got his second double of the evening, as he is now 3 for 3, and that is going to bring up the top of the order in Takashi Ojino. So our friend Demon Slayer says this game might be a wrap, but the Marines have been a bit of a thorn. And I say a bit of a thorn because they've had opportunities. It's not like they haven't had the hits. They've had 8 base hits in this one. I just haven't been able to string them together and hit a couple in a clutch situation to knock some runs in. So here's the first pitch to Ojino. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Ojino waggles the bat. He really chokes up on it. He's 1 for 3 tonight as he singled the lead off the ball game, and he scored a run. He was driven home by the home run by Leonis Martin. So here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Takahashi ready to go back to work again. And here comes the 0-2 offering to Ojino. As he kicks and delivers, it is a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ojino. Takahashi leans in. Gets that sign from his catcher, Mori. Now he works set. Checks the runner at second base. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The right-hander Takahashi here is struggling a little bit as he gave up a leadoff double to Oka, and now the count is 2-2 to Ojino. He holds at the belt. He checks the runner, and now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ojino gets himself set. He's waggling the bat at the plate. And here comes the offering from the right-hander Takahashi. He kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is tap foul over on the first base side, and that keeps the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, or whether you listen live or on delay, we are going to be back on tomorrow night for some Sunday night baseball between the Padres and the Dodgers. Our friend Demon Slayer says 6 runs in 3 innings might be difficult for the Marines to achieve. They also need to shut down the Lions. I agree with that. Going to have to get a couple here and then put up zeros pretty much the rest of the way. And there's a fastball swung on, and this is belted into the netting down the right field line. They had that opportunity in the last half inning when Sato was hit by the pitch and Laird singled. He would be able to get a couple of runs back there, would keep the game in reach. But a 6-run game right now, it's pretty tough. Here the Lions, you could trade runs for outs. You basically got 9 outs to get here. And the sand is running out of the hourglass pretty quickly here for the Marines. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on, and another one that's hit down the right field line. And it's going to reach the seats. This is going to be the 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up here to Ogino. Gino reminds me of a hitter I had in Europe a number of years ago, our leadoff hitter. Barely could hit just above 200, but unbelievably could continue to foul off pitches and battle and work his way for walks. So here's the 2-2 pitch, and it's a fastball that comes inside, and that has hit Ogino as he's going to get to first base. That's going to put runners at first and second with nobody out. And now it's going to bring Leonis Martin to the plate. Well, in this situation here, Martin's already got a home run. He's been on base all 3 times tonight. He's had a single, a home run. He's walked. A home run here gets the Marines right back into this thing. As the pitching coach has come on out to talk to his pitcher. And they brought, I don't know if it's the trainer or the interpreter. I don't know what the deal is. Takahashi is on the mound. I understand why you bring the interpreter to talk to the American player, but I don't know why you bring the interpreter to talk to Bo Takahashi. Unless he doesn't speak maybe a certain dialect. I don't know. So Leonis Martin steps to the plate. As we said, he's got a single, a home run, and he has walked. So another home run here could really tighten the noose a little bit. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So Takahashi's getting himself into the meat of the order here, and he's got to be able to deliver some pitches for strikes. So the runner at first is Ogino. The runner at second is Oka. There's nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. And here's the pitch to Martin. It's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Shogo Nakamura waits his turn on deck. You got to think that if you're Martin right here, he's going to probably swing out of his socks on something that's close. Here comes the 2-0 offering. A kick and deliver. It's a fastball swung on it. It is popped up over on the right side. It's playable. Coming over underneath it in the first base coach's box is Yamakawa. He makes the catch. It's going to retire Martin for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Shogo Nakamura. So for Nakamura tonight, he is 1 for 3. He doubled his first time up. He's flown to center, and he's grounded into a double play. So the threat is still not over yet here for the Marines, because there's only 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. Nakamura waggles the bat. He's pulled his average up to 244 tonight, and he's been hit by a pitch, and that is going to load the bases. So now we've got the bases full of Marines. Nakamura goes to first. Ogino goes to second. Oka goes to third, and that's going to bring up Toshiya Sato to the plate. Well, Sato knows what it's like to be hit because he was hit his last time up. So the Lions pitcher Takahashi's got himself in a whole host of trouble here. As the first baseman Yamakawa comes over to console him. I guess if you're going to get hit by the breaking ball. That's exactly what happened to Nakamura. So the bases are full of Marines. with only one gone. And here comes Toshiya Sato to the plate. Sato tonight 0 for 2. He is struck out. He's grounded out, and he's been hit by a pitch. There's a first pitch fastball swung on and grounded foul over on the first base side. The count is quickly 0-1. Brandon Laird waits his turn on deck. There is action now in the Lions bullpen, as they have a right-hander up and throwing. Here's the pitch from Takahashi. It's a breaking ball that misses down. And the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Sato. The phone is busy as they're definitely on the phone to hurry up that bullpen. So 1 ball and 1 strike, and here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow left center field. Coming in on it and making the catch. Here comes the throw to the plate. It is not going to be in time, as that is going to score the runner, Oka, from third. It's going to be a sacrifice fly to 9 for an RBI for Sato. The other runners are going to hold as Oka comes home to score. But the score has been cut to 8-3, and that's going to bring up Brandon Laird to the plate. So they're going to need more than just 1 run. But that does help cut into the lead, as it's now 8-3. So Brandon Laird steps to the plate. He's 1 for 3 tonight. He's got a single in 3 trips. He's struck out, and he has flown out to right field. So Laird gets himself set in the batter's box. He is 3rd in the Pacific League in home runs entering tonight's game. Here's the first pitch from Takahashi. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats behind home plate. The count is no balls and 1 strike to Laird. Yamakawa, who hit his 33rd of the season tonight, leads the Pacific League. It is Hideo Asamura of the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles who sits second at 18 home runs. And Brandon Laird has got 15. So here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs. The count now goes to 1-1. So wouldn't this make an interesting game if Laird could go yard? It'll start making the Lions fans start to bite their nails a little bit. So here comes the 1-1 offering to Brandon Laird. Takahashi comes set. And he delivers. It's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Why does this game just feel like it's got 4 hours written all over it? That's always the problem when you don't have pitchers who can't throw enough strikes, and then the tempo and the pace slows down, like with Takahashi here. So here comes the 2-1 offering. And he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul. It's in the netting down just over on the third base side. That runs the count to 2-2 now on Laird. I think Laird wants that one back again. That one there was a fastball up in the zone. He just got underneath it. I think he would have been better served to let that one go by. So here comes the 2-2 pitch now. As the right-hander leads in, he gets his sign, and he comes set. He checks the runner at second base, and now he kicks and fires. It is a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count goes to 3-2. Well, now the runners are going to be on the move on the pitch. The runner, Ogino, is at second. The runner at first is Nakamura. It is 3 balls and 2 strikes to Laird. As the sushi boy gets into the batter's box and digs himself in. Right-hander. Now I don't know what's going on. The home plate umpire has stepped out. He's looking up toward the score. Makes you wonder if they've lost track of the count. Now that's exactly probably what's happened, because the runner at second base knows what the count is. He's holding it up. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. We saw this in a major league game last week when the Houston Astros had Yordan Alvarez at the plate, and he fouled the first 2 pitches off. And then what ended up happening is after he fouled the first 2 pitches off, he took a pitch for a called strike, and he didn't move out of the batter's box, and that would have been strike 3, but then the next pitch he swung at and grounded out. So I don't know what happened there with Alvarez or with the umpires, but they do have the 3-2 count because that's exactly what it was. Home plate umpire lost track of the count. So here comes the 3-2 pitch to Brandon Laird. As the pitcher Takahashi comes set, it's a fastball swung on and it's grounded over to third. It is fielded by the third baseman, Wu, who throws to first, and that is going to retire Laird on a ground out 5-3. Well, the Marines, they get one back, but it's not enough. They got 1 run in the inning on 1 hit. There were no errors and 2 runners left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom of the 7th inning. The score is the Seibu Seibu Lions 8, the Chiba Lotte Marines 3. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments after this with our friend, Steve Rademacher.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom of the 7th inning. It is going to be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters scheduled to come to bat for the Seibu Seibu Lions. That means it's going to be Takumi Kuriyama, Aido, and Seiji Kawagawa. We're going to be checking in here to see if the Marines are going back to the bullpen again, as they are trailing the Lions 8-3 here. The right-hander who had come in the last half inning to replace Hirohata was the righty Tanaka. We'll see if he's back out for inning number 2 of work. As here comes the first offering from the right-hander, and it is Tanaka still on the mound. It's a fastball swung on. It is lined into right field for a base hit, as Kuriyama is aboard with his first knock of the night. So he's got himself a single here to lead off the 7th inning, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Aido. 8-11-0 for the Lions. Actually, 8-12-0 now with that base hit. And 3-8-0 for the Marines. So Kuriyama aboard at first, and that brings up the left fielder, Aido. Aido is 1 for 3 tonight. He singled, and he has flown out to right field twice. He's batting now at .237 on the year. And here comes the first offering from Tanaka. Let's see. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 0-1. Just get the feeling with the Seibu Seibu Lions that they're racing to get to the bat rack. They can't wait to face the Marine pitching. So here comes the offering from the righty Tanaka, and it's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Aido. That's the way it goes sometimes in these games. Is got an 8-3 scoreline. The Marines had their chances, and there's a fastball swung on. It's ripped foul into the netting down the third baseline, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Aido. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Batting from the right side against the right-hander Tanaka. And now Ito has asked for time, and that pesky bug is back again as it's wreaking havoc with the hitters. Ito this time uses his bat as a sword as he's trying to get it away. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into right center field, and this ball is going to get down. It's going to get up the gap, and that ball is going to be off the fence, digging around third and heading home. And here comes the throw. It is not in time. They throw down to third, and sliding in safely is going to be Ito. He's got himself an RBI triple, as that is going to score Kuriyama all the way from first base. And one would have to think that that is more than likely going to ice this ball game. So a triple and an RBI for Ito. And that is going to bring up the right fielder Seiji Kawagawa. So a good piece of hitting by Ito. He went the other way with the pitch, drove the ball into the opposite field gap. Ball was able to get all the way to the wall. And the runner was being able to score. He actually stopped at second. Did the runner Ito, and then he kept coming to third as he read the throw to the plate. So it looks like that might be the end of the rope here for Ito. Let's see if they've got a pinch runner in for him. It looks like they do. Looks like it's number 51 in the ball game. And that is going to be Nishikawa. So that's going to be Aya Nishikawa coming in to run for Ito. As Ito's day will be done. Now we have a new pitcher on in relief here for the Marines. They've got a left-hander coming in, so let's catch up on all of this stuff here. So we've got Aya Nishikawa in to run at third base. The score line is now 9-3 here as they've restored that 6-run lead, have the Lions. They are still threatening here. And now the Marines have a left-hander on the mound. This is going to be number 48. This is going to be Toshiya Nakamura. Nakamura enters the game. It's his 9th appearance of the year. He's got no record. He's got 9 1/3 innings pitched, 15 hits allowed, 8 walks, 7 strikeouts, and he's got an ERA north of 10. 10.61 on the season for Toshiya Nakamura. So as we said before, sometimes somebody's got to take the bullet. It looks like Nakamura's taken a couple this year already. So Nakamura on in relief. It's going to be Seiji Kawagawa coming to the plate. It'll be followed by Nin-Ting Wu and Shinya Hasegawa. So the runner at third is Nishikawa. There's 1 run in already here in the 7th inning. And Seiji Kawagawa comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He drove in the first run of the ball game for the Lions back in the 2nd inning. It's a fastball that misses upstairs for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Our friend Demon Slayer, who's still with us, he says, soon to be 10-3. I have a feeling that's going to be the case. There's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 1-1. I don't know what the over-under on this game was before the game started, but we certainly have some stuff here. We got ourselves a breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count is now 2-1 to Kawagawa. Interesting stuff. There is a breaking ball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 2-2. I just got a tweet in the area that where we live or on the other side of town. Apparently, there were multiple people in hospital with serious injuries, including an armed suspect who was shot by local police. It was late on Saturday night. As we are in the Sunday morning hours, here comes the 2-2 pitch. There is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2. The old saying, nothing good ever happens after midnight when you're out on the town. That is usually the case. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kawagawa. The runner at third is Nishikawa. He is the pinch runner. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on, and there's your 10-3 Demon Slayer, as it is a base hit into left field. It's going to get down for a hit. That's going to cash in Nishikawa. It's an RBI single for Kawagawa, as he's got another RBI, and that is going to increase the score line to 10-3. This is what you used to like to play when you're kids. We used to play strikeout or over the line. It's exactly what this feels like. You got points all the way around here. So 10-3 is the score, as the Lions have got a 7-run cushion. There's a fastball swung on by Nin Ting Wu, and he fouls that one away, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Wu tonight is 0 for 2. He's grounded out. He's struck out looking. He's walked and scored a run. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is now 0-2. Friend Demon Slayer says, I think I'm going to retire for the night. Well, we appreciate you again for stopping in. Don't forget, it is going to be Wednesday night at 10 o'clock that we'll be on for an NPB game at Pacific time. It'll be 1 a.m. Eastern, as it is the mountain holiday on the Thursday in Japan. So we're going to do the Buffaloes and the Golden Eagles. So hopefully you can join us for that one. We appreciate that, as the fastball was swung on and fouled away, and the count is going to remain at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Wu. There's a breaking ball swung on, and this ball is driven foul down the right field line, and it just hooked foul to the right of the foul pole. Count remains at 0-2. So hopefully you'll be around for that one there. We'd love to see you. So if you're tapping out, have a great rest of your night. We always appreciate you for stopping in on the stream. So no balls and 2 strikes to Wu. And here comes the offering from the lefty. And it is a breaking ball that misses down and away. And the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Nakamura has come in and really hasn't been able to throw anything off to these hitters here. The part that amazes me at these games is the game is a blowout, but yet everybody's still in the stands. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep left field. Racing over and making the catch is Ogino as he slams up against the wall. What a fantastic play by the left fielder. And he is going to retire Wu here for the first out of the inning. That ball was absolutely driven to left field. Ogino got on his horse. He makes the catch on the warning track as he slams into the wall right where the foul line is. And he was able to hold on. It looked like the ball was about ready to jar loose. And that is going to bring up the center fielder, Shinya Hasegawa. So here comes the first pitch to Hasegawa. It's a fastball that misses inside. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. So when you think adding insult to injury, not only are you down 10-3, you've had 3 of your hitters plunked by pitches tonight, have been the Marines. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0. I was saying in one of the previous streams that if you're the Marines, you got to think about revamping your entire international crew. I think Leonis Martin might be done. I'm not sure if you bring Brandon Laird back. You certainly would bring Laird back over certainly over Leonis Martin. His fastball misses down, and the count is now 3-0. But I don't even know if I bring back Edney Hechevarria. You got to figure out what you're going to do with your group there. And there's a fastball that misses down. It's 4 straight balls to Hasegawa. He's aboard with a walk. That's going to advance Kawagawa over to second. Puts runners at first and second. And it's going to bring up the top of the order to Shuta Tonosaki. So Tonosaki steps to the plate. He's got a single in 4 trips. He's also driven in a run and scored a run. The only thing that's a mystery left in this one is we know that the Lions are probably going to win this. The question is by how much? Here's the pitch. It's a first pitch breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. But as I said, the fans of the teams, usually if there's in North America, they're gone. They're out the door by now. The half of the people would be on their way home. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. But it is a hearty bunch there in Japan. They've got the whole stadium is still intact. So here comes the 0-2 offering to Takahashi or to Tonosaki, and it's a split finger pitch swung on and missed. And he has gone for the second out of the inning, and that's going to leave it all up to Suzuki Gunda. I wonder at what point you're going to start sitting down some of your players, or are you, if you're the Lions? So Gunda steps up to the plate. And it may not be tonight because with the home crowd and the 7-run lead, it's not like you're on the road and you got to give some guys a rest. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0 to Gunda. Gunda tonight having a good night. He is 3 for 4 tonight. Raised his average up to 272. He's also scored a run, and there's a fastball that backs him off the plate, and that's going to run the count to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Gunda. The crowd is in full form. As here we go. We're waiting on the 2-0 offering, and there's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. We're laughing a couple of years ago when we were doing some of these games and saying that the hardest thing to do is to talk about stuff when you're got yourself a big run spread, as there's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 2-2. And that certainly is the case here. The ball game is out of reach more than likely right now for the Marines. They're going to have 6 outs to try to get some runs back. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is popped up over on the third base side. There's room. It's playable, and the third baseman, Yasuda, is going to be able to make the catch, and that is going to do it here for out number 3. Well, for the Lions in their half of the inning, they got 2 runs on 3 hits. They add to their lead. There were no errors and 1 runner left aboard. Check that, 2 runners left aboard. We are now through 7 complete innings. It is a 10-3 scoreline. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this from our friend Steve Rademacher. Be sure after the game to go check him out and let him know Last Drops Baseball sent you.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Appreciate you, Steve, and your support of the channel, and in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a few after this. Welcome back, everybody. The Lions are going to the bullpen again, as it is going to be Akira Miyakawa coming in relief, as he is going to be taking over. He is going to be the fourth pitcher used by the Lions in this one. So Akira Miyakawa on in relief for the Lions. For him on the season, this is his 30th ball game that he's appearing in. He's 1-0. He's also got a save. He's worked 32 and a third innings. He's allowed 26 hits. He's walked 14. He's struck out 29 and an ERA of 2.78. There are some changes defensively for the Lions, and we'll have to get you some of that stuff when we return. We do have Nishikawa in left field for Ito. That one we can confirm. So it'll be Yasuda, Fukuda, and Hechavarria scheduled to face the right-hander here in Miyakawa. The first pitch is a fastball that misses outside. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. The right-handed batting. But looks like we have a pinch hitter here. And we do, and it is a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count is now quickly at 1-1. So as I go and take a quick peek, it is Ikeda that is hitting here. This is Raito Ikeda. Is 2 for 13 on the season. Nothing on the slash line. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. The count is now 1-2. Ikeda is in his rookie year. He was the second pick in the 2021 draft. So he's getting an opportunity tonight to get some NPB pitching under his to be faced here. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to third. It is fielded, and they fired to first. That is going to retire Ikeda on a ground out. 5-3. That is Yamada in at third base. As Ninting Wu's night is over at the hot corner. So that is going to bring up the center fielder Shuhei Fukuda. As we go back and take a peek at the movement around the infield, as we'll confirm exactly who we have at third base for the Lions. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Fukuda. Fukuda tonight is 0 for 3. He has struck out. He's flown to center and grounded to first. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. And now the count is 0-2. Ninting Wu has actually moved over to first base. Yamada is going to be hitting in the spot where the Hotaka Yamakawa was positioned. So Yamada will come into bat for Yamakawa at some point. And there's a fastball swung on and missed. And Fukuda is gone for the second out of the inning. So just like that, 2 up and 2 away. And that is going to bring up the shortstop, Edney Hechavarria. So Miyakawa's come in and he's made quick work of the group, but we're going to have a pinch hitter for Hechavarria here. As the first pitch is a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count is quickly 0-1 to the pinch hitter. We'll get you the specs on him in just a moment. This is Sagano. And here comes the 1-1 offering to Sagano, or 0-1 offering. And there's a fastball swung on. This ball is hit to deep right center field. Racing over and diving is the right fielder. He can't get it. It's going to get down for a base hit, and Sagano is going to cruise into second base with a double. And that is a double here for him. Just trying to look at that. Who he's got, and that's actually going to bring him out of the game. That was Takashi Sagano, who smoked the double into the gap. That is going to bring his night to an end as they're going to get a pinch runner for him. So quick work for Sagano, and his night is now over, and that's going to bring up Hiromi Oka. So for Oka tonight, he is 3 for 3 at the plate. He's got a couple of doubles and a single. And there's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into left field. Heading home is the runner, and that is going to score the pinch runner all the way from second base. And Oka's got himself an RBI single, and he's 4 for 4 tonight for the Marines. So it's not like the Marines haven't been hitting tonight, as they've got themselves 10 base hits in this ball game. So Oka with a single RBI single. It's going to bring up the top of the order in Takashi Ogino. We'll keep our eyes here as the changes are becoming fast and furious. So 10-4 is now the score line. We'll see if Oka is going to take a base here. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. So the Lions have a 10-4 lead now here, and there's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted right to the glove of the third baseman. And that is going to retire the side here as Yamada makes the catch. And that is going to do it for out number 3. Ogino hit the ball right on the screws. Well, they got a run in the inning on a couple of hits. There were no errors and 1 stranded. We are now moving to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is a 10-4 ball game. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back. I'm sure there's more scoring still to come. We're glad you're with us. Would you like to support Last Raps Baseball? We would appreciate it if you did. Be sure to check out our eBay page where we have baseball merchandise. We also have stuff from the Japanese League for those who listen from Japan, but we also do other sports like football and basketball as well. Don't forget, visit Last Raps Baseball's eBay store to help support the channel. We'll be glad you did. Welcome back, everybody. It is slated to come to bat here in the 8th inning. It's supposed to be Mori, Yamada, and Kuriyama. I'll have to wait to see if there's any changes to be made. 4-10-0 for the Marines, 10-14-0 for the Lions. Hitting has not been an issue for the Marines tonight. It's been hitting with clutch situations, stringing hits together. As they have definitely had opportunities. So we do have a pitching change, as it is number 92 coming into the ball game. Remember this fella from last year in the playoffs for the Marines. This is Kuniyoshi. Kuniyoshi was a former Yokohama Dana base star. It's only his 5th appearance this year. As he's got 3 innings pitched. He's allowed 4 hits, 2 walks. He has struck out 2, and he's got an ERA of 3. He's got a very awkward delivery, but he throws hard. And there's a first pitch fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count is 1-0. It is a pinch hitter here for Mori. So we'll get you those specs in a moment. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1. Yuki Kuniyoshi on the mound. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count now is 2-1. And one of the problems with Kuniyoshi was his inability to throw enough strikes. As here comes the 2-1 pitch. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and grounded foul. Count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looks like it is Kiga on the pinch hit here for Mori. Or is it Koga? Not sure how they have it here. As here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that the home plate umpire says he went around on. It is Yuto Koga, by the way. And that is going to retire him for the first out of the inning. He goes down on strikes for the first out. So Koga is gone, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Yamada. Yamada had come into the ball game. He was replacing the big Bakbar Yamakawa. So Yamada on the season is batting 192. This is Haruka Yamada. He's got no homers and 9 RBIs. He's got a stolen base to his name. So Haruka Yamada on to pinch hit. The first pitch is a fastball swung on it, is lifted into center field, and it's going to get down for a base hit. And he's got himself a 1-out single, and that is going to bring up the slated to bring up the designated hitter, Takumi Kuriyama. We've got to keep our eyes peeled here as we said it's the time of the game where they do a lot of pinch hitting, especially when the scoreline is a 6-run lead here in the bottom of the 8th. So Kuriyama steps to the plate. He's 1 for 4. He's got his single in 4 trips. And here comes the first offering. It's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. And the count is 1-0. Kuriyama did score a run in the 7th inning as he came around after he had singled. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. There's a breaking ball that misses way outside. The count now goes to 2-0. So somebody's got a big sign up for Kuriyama, 2,063 hits. As he's waiting on the offering here from the right-hander. And there's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 2-1. So Kuniyoshi on the hill. When we take a look at that, are they accurate with the number? And they are absolutely correct. He's got 2,063. Most of his career has been with the Lions. Began his NPB career back in 2004. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is lifted into shallow left field, racing over and making the catch is the shortstop, and that is going to return the ball back into the infield. Sure if they've... That is Sagano. I don't know if that's still the player who came in for Hechavarria, but a nice play nonetheless. That's going to be a pop out to the shortstop for out number 2. That is going to leave it all up to Aya Nishikawa. For Nishikawa, he came in as a pinch runner in the last half inning for Ito, who had hit the triple. He did come in and score that run, and here comes the first offering to him. As Kuniyoshi kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that misses outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Nishikawa on the season is 0 for 22. He's looking for his first hit. I don't know if I could say he's in a slump. Usually if a guy has a hit or two, you could say he's in a slump. And there's a fastball swung on it. It's popped up right at home plate. Moving over underneath it is the catcher, Sato, and he's going to make the catch. But as he made the catch, he had to backpedal, and he almost fell. And that is going to do it here as Nishikawa is retired for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, there was no runs. There was a hit. No errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're moving now to the top of the 9th inning. Stick around, everybody. We got one more half inning to go. We appreciate you those for hanging in here with us. Be right back after this as we move to the top of the ninth. Welcome back, everybody. It is a 10-4 lead. We are moving to the top of the ninth inning. There will be a pitching change. We'll be back with that in just a couple moments. Hang tight, everybody.
Let's go. Yo. I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it. Fuse like a magnet, lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna...
Welcome back, everybody. Well, we thought we were going to have a pitching change, but it is going to be Akira Miyakawa staying in for his second inning of work. Was the fourth pitcher used by the Lions tonight. And he is going to be coming in to face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the batting order for the Chiba Lotte Marines. And it will be scheduled about Leonis Martin, Shogo Nakamura, and Toshiya Sato. So Martin steps to the plate. He is 2 for 3 tonight. He's been on base 3 times. He's got a single, a home run, a walk. And he has popped out the first, and he swings through a first pitch fastball. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Leonis Martin. Martin batting from the left side against the right-hander Miyagawa. So they're going to try to build off of some of this here. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Both teams tonight are in double-digit hits. Lions got 15 hits. The Marines have 10. The important number is on the run line, and it's 10-4 as the Lions have the lead. There's a fastball that misses up and in, and the count is now 2-1 to Martin. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Just as a reminder, as we said before, we are going to be back on Wednesday night North American time, or Thursday if you are in Japan, and there's a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats on the third base dugout, and the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the crowd for the Marines are still singing and chanting for their ball club as they're down to their final 3 outs here in the 9th inning. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Martin, and here's the pitch. It's a split finger pitch that misses down, and the count goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Tadeguchi, his hands by his side. I'm going to watch his team get ripped apart here tonight. It was the 6-run inning in the 4th inning that did all the damage. Could have limited that. We might have still had ourselves a ball game. And there's a fastball swung on. This ball's belted into center field. Coming in and to his right as the center fielder Hasegawa makes the catch. And Martin is gone for out number 1 here in the 9th inning, and that's going to bring up the second baseman Shogo Nakamura. For Nakamura tonight, he's got a double in 4 trips to the plate. He's officially 1 for 3. He's been hit by a pitch his last time up. He's grounded into a double play and flown out to center field. And here's the first pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded softly to third. Yamada fields it across the diamond. That's going to go down as a ground out 5-3. Now the Marines are down to their final bat. For Sato tonight, that's who's supposed to come to bat. We'll check to see if he is still going to hit. This is Toshiya Sato in his spot. That's exactly who it looks like still at the plate here. And here's the first pitch. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is quickly 0-1. Sato tonight 0 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch and he's driven in a run with a sacrifice fly. So officially 0 for 2 and an RBI. So he's in the hole at 0-1. And here comes the pitch. There's a fastball swung on. It is grounded through the 4-hole into right field past the diving first baseman, Dean Ting Wu. And he's got himself a single, does Sato. And it's scheduled to bring up Brandon Laird. So for Brandon Laird, he is 1 for 4 tonight. He steps in here to face the right-handed throwing Miyakawa. Miyakawa here in his second inning of work, trying to finish off the Marines. And here he goes as he works from the set position. And now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is 1 ball and no strikes to Laird. Laird on the season is hitting .202. Those 15 homers and 48 runs batted in. Right-hander Miyagawa checks the runner at first, and now he comes set at the belt. And he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Laird. The runner at first is Sato. Those 2 gone here in the top of the 9th inning, as the Lions are trailing the Marines by 6. Yagawa holds at the belt. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. There's a breaking ball that just misses a little low. And the count now goes to 2-1 on Laird. So Sushi Boy at the plate, as he is known affectionately by his adoring fans in Japan. Waiting now on the offering here from the right-hander Miyagawa. And here comes the pitch. As Miyagawa kicks and fires, it's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now the Marines are down to their final strike. I got to tip my hat to the fans in Japan. They stick it right out to the final out. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field. Coming hard on it is the right fielder who makes the grab. And that is going to be Kawagawa, who is going to finish this one off. And that is going to do it here for the Marines in their half of the inning. They got no runs. They had a hit. No errors and 1 runner left aboard. Your final score is the Chiba Lotte Marines falling to the Seibu Lions 10-4. Stick around, everybody. We'll wrap it up in just a moment as we will give you all the information on the out-of-town scoreboard. Hang tight, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. It's Dave's 0 O'Clock Sports Card. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Appreciate you, Dave. Much appreciated for your support of the channel. We're going to give you the out-of-town scoreboard and wrap this baby up. All the games in the Pacific League are now finals. It is the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters knocking off the Oryx Buffaloes 5-3. 5-11-0 for the Fighters, 3-10-1 for the Buffaloes. Nomoto got the win. He goes to 2-2. Nakamura takes the loss. He's 0-1. Uguchi gets his first save for the Fighters. And it was Kotaro Kobayashi hitting his 5th home run for the Buffaloes tonight. The game we did earlier, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles knocked off the Fukuoka Southbank Hawks 7-2. 7-13-1 for the Golden Eagles. 2-8-0 for the Hawks. It was Miyamori getting the win. He goes to 1-0. Wada takes the loss. He's 3-3. We'll come back and do the recap on this one in just a moment. The one final in the Central League, the Chinichi Dragons knocked off the Yokohama Dana Bay Stars 5-0. 5-5-0 for Chinichi, 0-6-2 for the Bay Stars. Takahashi got the win. He's 4-4. Romero takes the loss. He's 4-6. Ishigaki hit a home run for Chinichi, his first of the year. In the top of the 7th inning, the Amuri Giants have a 6-4 lead over the Yakult Swallows. The Giants have scored 4 times in the 7th to capture the lead. They are still batting with 1 on and 1 out, as it is a 4 spot for the Giants that have them now in front. The Hanshin Tigers scored 3 in the top of the 5th inning, as they have tied up the Hiroshima Carp. The Carp are now batting in the bottom of the 6th. 5-13-1 for the Tigers, 5-11-0 for the Carp. That game is going to go on for a while, I have a feeling. And now your final score between the Seibu Seibu Lions and the Chiba Lotte Marines. It was a 10-4 ball game, 10-15-0 for the Lions, 4-11-0 for the Marines. It was the big blow off the bat of Hataka Yamakawa, who blasted his 33rd homer of the year and helped propel them to the victory. It was the win is going to go to Dietrich Enns. He goes to 7-6 on the season. The rookie right-hander who started, it was Ryutaro Mori. He takes the loss. He goes to 0-1. Once again, everybody, your final score from this one, it was a 10-4 ball game for the Lions over the Marines. Once again, we appreciate you guys stopping in and checking out this channel here again tonight. We look forward to seeing you here in the future, and hopefully you guys can join us during the week. Once again, it's been another Last Rounds Baseball video production. Have a great night, everybody. We will see you again later.